think you gave me the vapors. I'm gonna need a minute.
These ends.
DM's like, lock in, guys. Lock it in.
Lock in.
That's a lot of nuts!
We'll give it a second for people to filter in. And while everybody's doing that, let's go around and talk about everybody's week. Rain, had some very exciting things happening. How's your week been? How is it launching a new game?
It's great. Exciting.
So many things happening, but congratulations on launch of Stormgate. Clap.
Thanks.
Yeah, you done
Have
good.
Fun.
Free to play, by the way.
Free to play in a couple weeks, August. Yeah, like 10 days ish,
Nice.
something like that. I don't know. Read the Steam page.
I will. I'll give it a view. How are the kitlins?
Killets are good. We had a little spotted boy hanging out in our patio today chasing a wee little mouse. So that was something to wake up to this morning of our cats being like, who the fuck is this? Alert. Fucking alert.
Alert! Well, that's always
Also,
exciting.
itty bitty tiny mouse.
Oh.
So we tried to give him some kid food, but I think he mostly ran away. He was like, nah, ain't worth. Peace.
Peace out. Very exciting. Being blessed by a kitten visit. Our neighbor has a cat that likes to visit sometimes, but we haven't seen her because it's been broiling hot lately, so I think they've been keeping her inside, but the boys' reactions, Ayani is completely aloof, does not care. He's like, hey, Tabby, however, man the battle stations, grab your guns, we're being
the
invaded.
Torpedoes.
Yeah, exactly. We are being invaded. He is so loud about it.
Need to give him like one of those little cardboard tanks, little hat.
Prepare for war. I don't think he can fit in the tank. He is the tank.
You can get him a tank he can fit in. Don't buy that bullshit.
He's just trying to give you warning. Looks out the window. He poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague onto our houses.
Oh,
Still
Tabby.
sounds more reasonable than the British riots going on right now, I'm just saying.
Oh. That is not
a
something
little bit
I
of
was aware of.
politics.
That's
Pew, pew,
not-
pew, moving on.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I actually have I don't know anything about it.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not pretty. It's real bad. That's what happens when you let Nazis run amok.
Oh no.
Literally, like that. Yeah, that's literally what it is. So, yeah, there you go.
Oh, they got. Oh, that's happening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh.
Meanwhile, back in the fantasy land. C-Swab, how's your week?
I mean, it was a week.
It's a week. You survived. You're alive. You're here for D&D.
Yeah, it's just, I don't mean, it's been hot. It's just been hot and miserable.
True.
I won't say anything, but yeah, like we got like the after effects of the whole outage thing taken care of finally.
Oh, good. Hopefully everybody who had a canceled or delayed flight on their way, the crowd flare thing is done and done. You don't have to think about it anymore, yes?
I hope so.
Crossing fingers. Whale Doodle, how's your week been?
I'll be honest. A week without CrowdStrike is a week I like. That was, it was not fun fixing that. Not too long ago, I was promoted to be a systems administrator, and then, of course, then CrowdStrike happened.
Of course, your first test. Worldwide outage.
That was a fun time. We were able to get things back up and running, but that was a day that started at 2:30 a.m. and went way too long.
Coslo and Cherry. How you guys been? How's the RP been?
Good. Very busy. Too busy. And then stayed up till 6 a.m. with kitty problems, but he's doing good today.
Oh no. Sorry to hear.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the little lad?
His heart.
Oh no.
He just had a really bad, breathing attack last night, but he's doing better today.
That's good to hear.
Being stubborn, but doing better.
Oh. Poor little guy.
Yeah.
Coslo, you been streaming this week?
Yeah, I decided to take today off of streaming, but other than that, I'm still streaming this week. I have hit upon what may be my worst idea yet.
Oh no.
We're building something called the Psycho Sandwich. Basically,
Forgot
the
about this.
process was we're gonna make a sandwich of some kind, which has bun, main, cheese, topping, and sauce on it. And what we did was we sat down and selected 5 options for each category from fast food places. So we're mix and matching fast food parts. So what I've ended up with is, for the bun, we're gonna do it double down style from KFC. So it'll be 2 chicken breasts.
Yeah.
The main is a bratwurst from Doghouse. The cheese is mozzarella sticks from Arby's.
Oh god.
The topping is chili from Wendy's. And the sauce is Taco Bell's fire sauce.
We've prepared the toilet.
So I get to eat that tomorrow. And then
I've never had chili from Wendy's before. Is it even any good?
It is
It's
actually
actually
pretty
You
good.
know, it hits a spot.
It's
You know?
decent.
That actually doesn't sound terrible. I'm gonna be
And
honest with you.
If you have a migraine, if you get a frosty and a chili, it actually helps. Weird.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
post pictures of this demonic sandwich concoction?
I'll try to make
More than
sure he
likely.
takes pictures.
There will also be, it will be live streamed, obviously. So there will be that. And then later in the week, I have to play Dream Daddy. So that'll be fun.
Dream
I
Daddy.
like how the Psycho Sandwich is like, yeah, that's the thing I'm gonna do. But I have to play Dream Daddy. God.
He's so upset.
Having a virtual boyfriend. Ugh.
I hope you have a defibrillator close by, because that sandwich literally sounds like a heart attack.
It does, yes.
Speaking of food, though, I go to Ace Hardware. I don't know if everybody's familiar with Ace Hardware, but there's one by
Yeah.
my house. And I was getting some house stuff last minute yesterday. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just go to Ace Hardware and grab it before they close. I don't want to drive to Lowe's. But Ace Hardware has a section for grills and smokers and stuff. And it's not like they have a big selection. They don't. But what they do have a big selection of is random ass seasonings and sauces. And I do enjoy going and perusing them. And they had this new Al Pastor seasoning. So my attempt probably later this week is I'm going to attempt to make Al Pastor.
Nice.
Ooh.
Ace Hardware, highly underrated, particularly if you can find the ones that make the popcorn.
Mine does not make popcorn, but I do enjoy Ace Hardware.
Yeah. The ones in Florida at least used to do the popcorn thing.
Wait, do they just do they sell the popcorn, or do they just
Just
give popcorn to you while you're
Have
browsing?
popcorn for you. Yeah. Yeah. The latter.
What?
Mm-hmm.
The only other place on my bucket list, I need to go to a Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is interesting. I found Cuties to be cooler as someone that moved across the country. I guess it was 3 trips
I've
to
only
Oregon,
heard-
back, and then to California.
I've only heard legend of this Buc-ee's place, but I've heard some of the food there is pretty good. But that's very much like a eastern part of the United States thing and not like a, western part of the United States thing. So I've never been to or seen a Buc-ee's.
Cuties, though, definitely worth. Like Buc-ee's is more like Disney, right? Where
Yeah, Buc-
cuties is actually the things you're looking for.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of spectacle with Buc-ee's. You'll find Midwest and the South is really where those exist.
Not a ton in Florida, so it's definitely like
No,
Midwest South.
Wait,
which is
Rain, have you
the
been to a
sentence.
Buc-ee's?
I don't know. Sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it.
It's got that stupid smiling beaver mascot.
Yeah, big beaver. Just a
Yes,
huge
I-
beaver.
Just confirm that
That's a
not-
huge
Not
bee.
it's not Winona's big brown beaver.
that Ace Hardware not only will pop popcorn to give to people, they sell it now too.
You gotta
It's
monetize
crazy.
that popcorn.
Yeah. But now I drove, so I moved from Florida to Oregon, and then Oregon back to Florida, and then Florida to California. So of the big, I like a Wawa too, but those are not over here at all.
Is that also like a convenience / grocery store type of thing?
Yeah, but they have like little kitchens where you can get sandwiches, and mashed potatoes, chicken nuggets, and
yeah,
Oh.
Wawa.
drinks made.
Yeah,
A
it was,
Flurricane, which is a knockoff flurry.
Isn't there's a was it Derry or Derby or what's the name of the one right now the tropical storm is hitting?
Debbie.
Is it Debbie?
I think so. Could be wrong. Yeah, Wawas were normally like.
It
I've
started
heard some
in the
people-
Northeast, right?
Yeah, it did. I've heard people like, oh, it's a gas station that sells sandwiches. No, it's a sandwich. It's a sandwich shop that occasionally sells gas.
Honestly, true. Their
Well,
prices
Wawa
are
was just like a-
generally pretty
I
good.
thought it was
though.
like a Philadelphia thing.
Yeah,
It started outside of New York, I think, and then worked its way down the East Coast.
yeah. In the Mid Atlantic, it's really big. And it's a great little place. I can't really say anything bad about it because I stop at one before work every time I go on site. So it's just part of life.
Yeah. When I was having like really bad flare ups, I would just go get a bowl of potatoes with chicken nuggets topping it. It was a good time. Because that's like all I could eat.
Sounds actually really good right now.
Mm-hmm. And their sandwiches are pretty dope. They do like seasonal sandwiches and stuff too. And then just have like, you know how 7-Eleven has like the little convenience area with sandwiches and stuff. Like a good portion of the store is that.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
but those are not west at all as far as
I'm learning so much about these like East Coast convenience stores that we just do not have.
Oh, we could get into grocery stores too, because then we can start talking about Publix, who has the pub subs.
Oh my God, Publix. That was.
Oh.
It was actually last time I was down in Florida was like I'd gone to a Wawa that's not in the Mid Atlantic, and I like looked in there. I'm like I was confused because I'm like, there's wine. There's a walk-in beer corner.
Beer corner.
What
yeah.
is
Beer
this?
cave.
Yeah,
Their traditional Florida beer cave.
I'll tell you, the Mid Atlantic ones they can't do that. So it's
Fair enough. Yeah. No, a huge beer cave in the corner, which is just a giant refrigerator that they stock with booze.
Ooh, speaking of beer, my buddy who used to be a brewery owner here in Vegas, one of his good friends was like judging some beer competition. I don't know anything about it, but they got to keep a bunch of like extra beers, and he brought them over. We were hanging out, and he's like, "Oh, here you go. I know you like stouts that are like aged in like bourbon barrels." So he gives me this bottle, and like I don't know anything about most of these. I just Google them. He gave me some bottle that evidently is worth like $500 because it's just rare.
Oh,
Damn.
We drank it. Like I'm not the kind of guy who's I'm just gonna save it. No, I drink stuff. I don't. There's no point in just keeping it to sit on the shelf.
And how was it?
It's good. I mean, it was like drinking motor oil. So
Wait, hold on.
Jesus.
Hold on. How is it good and like drinking motor oil?
like, it has the consistency of motor oil, but it has a good taste to it. So it's like you're sharing it with like 3 people. You're not drinking one to yourself and like being like, all right, I'm gonna continue on about my day. It is definitely you share it. You don't keep it all to yourself, and then you know, call it a night.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those things that you can't solo just because it would be so like heavy.
Also, QTs are apparently Midwest, with the most of them being in Arizona, Missouri, and Oklahoma.
I lived in
wait.
Arizona and I have
wait,
never seen
no.
these.
More in Texas. I'm a liar.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're very spread out. Looking at this list, there's none on the West Coast.
Oh, QTs?
Yeah. Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, North Carolina, Tennessee, Arizona, Illinois, Mississippi, Ohio, Texas, Arkansas, Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, South Carolina. That's it. It's kind of very Midwest.
I mean, aside from Missouri and the Carolinas, you've pretty much got. Well,
The
it's a region that has a nickname that I'm not sure I should say anymore, but we.
Do not anger the Midwesterners.
That I would never. They're so
I come
nice.
from 2 Midwesterners, so I feel like I could make fun of them a little bit.
I am a Midwestern.
Yeah, you're a Midwesterner.
I
Yeah.
pointing
And I'm
at
dating
Rain.
one, I guess.
Vigorously points at Rain. I consider you a
Yes.
Midwesterner, sorry.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they're just like, I
Alright, what
walked
are we
in
talking
and they
about?
had a wall of like tea flavors, like iced tea flavors, and I was just like, oh my god, what is this? And then, fancy snacks. It's like a Buc-ee's, but less beavers.
Less beavers.
Which is,
And what's the point?
third of the
Yeah, I
attraction
was-
to the Buc-ee's, and their barbecue
gonna say-
sandwiches, I guess.
You got to be real careful there. What the costs are, risk versus reward with that kind of business decision.
It's true.
All right, everybody. Strap in, get your snacks from your preferred Midwestern convenience store. Plop your ass down. Let's do a brief recap. I've gone over some of the various plot points of Arctis that you guys still need to wrap up this season. That we're working on. You have retrieved the phylacteries of Narcissa from Nerys Flowborn, the underwater Kraken Lich, and all 3 of them were in her grasp. You have saved Kozlov's mother, and an entire wealth of Caranthians, whom you will be sending back down to their underwater home. As for the rest of you, you are returning via the SS Silent Arrow. Sea Swab's friend, Almaseth, has met you back inside the barrier of Arctis and allowed you to, inside the barrier of Arctis in order to take the Greenfingers back to Rascal's Reef and hopefully convince your father, Kozlo, to let go of his ironclad grip upon the reef, put you back in as the leader, and return most of the Greenfingers back home to your ancestral goblin home of Muckhome, where you will partake in some rest and relaxation and healing. Hopefully, the pieces and parts of the souls that have been traded to Nerys will be healed by some, curious goblin healing techniques. But for now, first things first. The SS Silent Arrow is approaching Rascal's Reef. You are currently docked there, and are slowly making your way off the boat. Rascal's Reef, if you do remember, is right outside of the barrier to Arctis, so you cannot take your airship directly there. Almus has been very kind to offer a little bit of ferrying back and forth, but once you get the rest of the Greenfingers back on your airship, things will go a little bit quicker. You can choose to return with the Greenfingers that have decided to come with you back to Muckhome, or you can hopefully, or you can hope they will make it there via Almus's ship. But that is all to be debated. Today we will return, first off, to Rascal's Reef. Rosie and Coslow, you will be both leading this little excursion, as most assuredly your father, Rascal, will be delighted to see the wife he threw under the bus in return for bits and pieces of power and the safety of Rascal's Reef. One moment, please. Me, myself, and Charlotte. I like all these names of things that you've been posting in Discord. They're actually all quite good. Quite trademarkable.
Me, myself, and
Teen drama
Charlotte.
series.
Dead Barbarian Society.
Dead Barbarian Society is also very good.
Paul's Live Greenfingers Stay Off. That is just a series unto itself, honestly. Meet the... I think we're doing
I was
those
just about to
episodes
do-
currently.
I was just about to do Meet the Soul Blights.
Meet the Soul... Meet the Greenfingers is definitely pretty accurate.
Or, oh god, I just blanked. Our Lich's name.
Narcissa?
Narcissa doesn't know or something.
Okay, I like that. Because she does not know. She's currently stuck in the fucking plane of fire. Alright. Almuseth's ship, the SS Silent Arrow, slowly pulls up to dock at Rascal's Reef. And letting out the Corinthians, he promises that he will be close by and ready to receive any Greenfingers that are willing to go back to Muckhome. If they do not wish to travel via SS Silent Arrow back to Muckhome and choose to go on the airship instead, that is entirely up to Rain and the crew. But it will be a little bit of a diversion, as Muckhome is not exactly back on the way to Maginox. And the longer you're away from Maginox, the more you don't know what is going on within the city, as things are shifting and changing. You guys did put a lot of things into motion as you left the city. And, well, honestly, you don't know how things are wrapping up. Hopefully, Rain's husband, Eris, the king of Maginox, is keeping things afloat. And speaking
He
of
has
afloat...
one job, just to keep the city running. It can't be that hard.
But how is he going to keep the city running without C-Swab managing the docks? Clearly, he's one of the smartest bookkeepers out there. He's desperately needed. But anyway, Grabella, you don't know what your gang is doing as they run amok across Maginox, and Coslow, hopefully your den is being held together by the collective help of, all of the freaks and geeks that you have hired. Let's just hope the
Grumpus
city...
will keep them in line.
Grumpus is fine. I'm sure, Sonny, he can't count to 5. But yeah, I'm sure he's gonna be letting people in.
Let's be honest. It's probably better off with just Grumpus running the place than if I was checking it.
It's probably true.
And Grumpus...
We rescued that man in multiple ways. And
he's
now
a
he's
smart
pleased
dude.
as punch.
He likes his job, and he likes Coslow, and he is aware of Coslow's previous deeds as, a former member of the Thieves Guild. It's just the Thieves Guild has changed hands a little bit, into tiny little green-fingered hands. And once, the smuggling gets back on track, I'm sorry, my queen, the legal shipping operations,
Yes, shipping operation.
Coslow and C-Swab will be at the forefront of that. But let's see what happens to Rascal's Reef now. Will it change hands and go to Coslow? Will it go to Rosie? Or do you decide to put all of them who conspired against your mother to the sword? Rosie, leaving the ship, gives a big stretch and a contented, flatulent fart as she steps back on the docks and takes a deep breath of the sea air. Ah, now that's more like it. Ah, well, welcome home.
I'm very glad I can't spell.
Don't worry, you're just missing big fishing shipments, a little bit of uncleanliness, and definitely a number of unshowered sailors. It's home.
Yeah.
It could use a little smell of decomposition, you know, for the renewal. He takes a couple steps forward and looks around. Well, at least it's all still in one floating piece. Now, she turns back and looks at Coslow. So how are we going to handle your father?
No, we just thought we'd let you do it.
Yeah, I get the feeling just leave it up to Rosie is becoming not an option.
I'm going to be scary enough standing there, but yous did all the work. Besides, him not listening to me got us in this situation in the first place. You should give him a tongue lashing, because it's you that they need to respect from here on out. I'm going to take, hopefully, everybody back to Muckhome. You just need to convince them that it's going to be a good idea and in their best interests. Some of them may not want to get rid of their, gifts. It ain't nothing for free, my son. Ain't nothing for free. Now, come on, use your friends, your big muscle, the Queen of Maginox, the lovely and muscular Grabella, the brains of Seaswab, and the ingenuity of Wangdoodle, and put the fear of Coslow into your father. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you, giving you morals support.
Yeah, I think I got a plan for this one.
She kind of motions everybody to huddle in. Oh, yeah? Are we going to do a huddle? What's your plan, son?
Yeah, Coslow, what's the plan?
So here's the thing. There's gonna be some of them that are still a little loyal to Pops, even though we've been screwing everything up.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can't just wax him, you know?
Yeah. I mean, ruling through fear is one option, but it'll only get you so far, especially if you's gone. I don't think that's gonna really go as far as you think.
Second part of the issue we got here is we need to get a lot of them back to Muckhome so they can get all this shit taken care of and hopefully get their heads back on straight.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. We exile Pops back to Muckhome.
Oh, that's...
He's not allowed on the reef. And we send everybody else back with him. Something, everything works out. The rest of that plan is only a little bit coming together right now.
I like it. I like the start. Exile. Yeah, that's a good word. That is a good word. In fact, possibly even better than death. Your pops is, what do you call it, when his wanderlust definitely made him build Rascal's Reef in the first place. And him being stuck in the muck back at home is gonna drive him nuts. Just gotta make sure that you don't let your pops get his hands on, you know, any boats, so he doesn't get an idea on building another flotilla around here.
Well, here's the thing. Part of his exile is he's not allowed out on the seas. And that's where I'm gonna need your help, Ma. You're gonna need to be extra forceful in making sure he understands what's gonna friggin' happen to him if he decides to leave.
Of course, boy. Whatever you say is gonna go. And if you say he ain't allowed on the water, he ain't allowed on the water. I'll break his arms and legs.
Small
So I figure we
proposal.
leave him there for a few years. Maybe the muck will straighten him out. Maybe it won't. Either way, we'll check in from time to time, and if anything's going wrong, well, we'll check in before he has time to really get anything going. And, maybe we just threaten to shove him deeper and deeper into the muck if he fucks up.
And since yous and your friends are gonna be running the docks and all the shipments back in Maginox, you're gonna be knowing what's gonna be coming and going. And especially in a major port like Maginox, your dad's not gonna be able to show his face there.
Yeah, if he starts fucking around, I'll hear about it very quickly.
Yeah, that's good. You guys have got this very excellent network of information going on.
If you require a
Powerful
stick,
friends.
I could turn Wangdoodle into a whale again, and they can either go back on the ship with us, or they can go in Wangdoodle's stomach.
Oh, that's a good plan. That's a good plan. Yeah. If he fucks up, he'll get to go to the sea, but it's gonna be inside Whale Doodle.
I cannot guarantee at any point they will be any kind of safe.
That's the point.
Do we require Whaledoodle as a visual threat up front?
But, what? How do you do something like that?
Do you know the, Presto, what's it? Dog mutation or whatever it's called?
Whaledoodle, would you like to jump in the water so we can demonstrate?
Maybe,
certainly can.
maybe wait until we're talking to him and then we pull that out if it's not going well.
Well, I mean, we also have the broadsides if you want those.
Well, we don't have those with us right now, Wangdoodle,
No, well, why not?
because it's on the airship, and the airship can't come here for some reason.
Yeah, the airship isn't quite good enough to get through this island's plot armor.
But that's what the this disintegrate cannon's for. Sorry, we haven't used it in so long. I forgot how to say it tonight.
And by so long, you mean never used it.
Does that work on plot armor?
I would certainly hope so.
Yes, Wangdoodle, you are aware, because of your studies, that Borean shards and their other native Arctis elements tend not to work outside of Arctis's magical barrier he has erected around himself. And speaking of things that are erected, Rascal's Reef is conveniently on the outside of the barrier, so if you drove your airship to Rascal's Reef, it would go careening into the ocean as it lost power.
I definitely did not expect that sentence to end that way after the word erected.
I even put it in twice.
That was a roller coaster. I was really wondering where the curveball was.
Nah.
Gerbella, I notice you are clinging to one of the posts of the dock as Wayne's World!
What?
It's Wayne's World!
We really are hitting the 90s hot and heavy today.
Wait. Rain's World?
Yeah, Wayne's
Oh.
World! Party time! Excellent!
Ship it. Just like Gerbella's just trying to be intimidating for Coslo and kind of stay out of the way. She's not here to take over the situation.
Alright, son. I like your playing. You ready to go face your dad?
Let me at him,
Alright.
and then let me let you at him.
Alright! Lead on.
Just as soon as I slightly close my door so I stop hearing myself whenever I talk.
Oh, that's gonna be confusing. Oh my,
It's real bad when the inside voice ends up on the outside.
is that Rosie? Rosie's back. Gosh.
Calzo is definitely like strutting through town, by the way, like making
Yeah.
himself as tall as he can possibly be. Did we get that
Grabella's-
like big flag or whatever that we were? I forget exactly what we were planning.
You did. There is a on Almus's ship. There's a large green flag being flown that has a single goblin handprint on it. His ship is parked just outside of Rascal's Reef, as both a promise and a threat.
Is
Where's
the
someone I can boss around?
please tell me the strut's coming with like the full swinging noodle arm.
Oh,
Full-
absolutely.
Yes, the full fucking.
Wacky, wild, and inflatable like arm tubing man.
He is
I
Soldier
mean,
Boy. In
the
his way
wacky
over
waving
there.
inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Exactly. You're hesitating, son. You having second thoughts?
Oh, wait, no, I've got it. Okay. I was looking around who was around so I can order them to go do something.
Oh, no stairway. Denied.
This place is not ADA compliant.
Grabella is just hard body coding the president Kozlo currently.
Hey, you two.
Yeah. Yep.
You see that flag on that ship over there?
They both turn and look. As they see the Greenfingers sigil, their eyes get a little bit wider, and then they turn back to you. You have a ship now.
I got more than a ship. I got a whole friggin' army. And this place is mine now. So I need the two of you to think real hard about whether or not you're gonna be up for that. And while you think about that, I need you to take that flag and plant it right on the top of the biggest structure here.
Kozlo, roll intimidation with advantage.
I'm going to Flash of Genius that also, or Spark of Genius that.
Ooh.
As soon as I find it in my list. I'm gonna, regardless of the outcome, I'm going to Spark of Genius just to make it extra hardcore.
Oh, if that's the route, I too see the genius in your move.
The two goblin guards,
So it's a full 20.
oh my god, with ill-fitting armor, sit up straight very suddenly and give you a salute. Yeah, Kozlo, yeah, whatever you say, peasant. Well,
That's boss to you.
yeah, boss. Yeah, boss. Let's go get the flag, Tud. No, you get the flag, Tud.
Oh, and get somebody smarter than the two of you to figure out how to make more of them.
How do we make more boats? I don't
No,
know.
the flag, you fucking idiots. That's why I said find someone smarter.
Who's smarter than Tud? No, who's smarter than Tud?
Literally anyone.
I think everyone. Get out of here.
As they leap off the dock and paddle to the boat. I almost drowned, Tud. You idiot. Why have you been wearing armor jumping in the water?
Grabella's gonna make her way over by
Yeah.
Mippy.
I've always heard of that, but I've never seen it myself. You know, the lower end of that whole intelligence spectrum.
Tud and Dud are without paddles trying to make their way in their boat. Almus's very large ship. Mippy gives Grabella a big hug as she approaches. Grabella!
She gives her head pats, as is traditional.
You made it back with Mom.
Yeah, we kicked some booty. Oh, Mippy.
She gives Mippy a big hug and puts her hands over Mippy's ears as Kozlo is about to lay into his dad. Dad is currently sitting on a rocking chair, still nursing a large pint of beer, drinking his cares away. He looks at Rosie and Mippy and drains the cup in one go, and he sets it next to him on an equally rickety coffee table. He sighs.
Kozlo's gonna walk up behind Rascal while he's sitting on the rocking chair and just dump him down the stairs.
Ah! No. Boom. Boom. He catches himself at the base of the stairs. He doesn't have the beer can, the beer mug in his hand anymore, but he is quite the mess as he looks up at the bottom of the stairs up at Kozlo with wide-eyed fear. Yeah, what you go doing that for?
Do you want an honest answer to that question, or can we just continue?
Let's just continue. I definitely know why you dumped me down the stairs. Rosie?
Rascal.
He picks himself up and dusts himself off, his massive beer belly jiggling as he does so. Well, this is it, ain't it?
No, not just yet.
What? What do you
We
mean?
got some arrangements that you are going to accept very shortly. But first, before we do any of that, I believe you owe my mother an apology.
He looks at Rosie, who is now busily cracking her knuckles.
Better make it a good one if you want all your teeth.
Gulp. Yeah, Rosie, I knew I threw you under the planks just to save our own hides and to keep Rascal's Reef afloat, but...
No fucking excuses. You apologize and you mean it.
Gulp!
Grubella goes around Wang Doodle just to tower over him.
Grubella, make me an intimidation check.
My favorite.
I will Flash of Genius this as well.
Okay.
Don't need it, but...
Kozlo's just, at this point, full on, like, fuck this.
Is it 1d4?
It's just a plus
Just
4.
four.
Whatever.
Oh, it's just plus 4. Okay, so 20, 22.
He looks up at Grubella, the... Oh my god! The color fading from his green skin.
You wanna try that again, buddy?
Rosie, I'm... sorry. I really am. I put you in danger. Saved my own skin. And that was wrong. Will you forgive me?
Kozlo just starts cackling.
Like, no, of course I'm not forgiving you just because you said you're sorry because you got big muscle lady Grabella towering over you. You think it's that easy?
She points up at Kozlo.
This little man, our beautiful son, our big-brained boy, has done more for this reef than you've done in years. You've sit on this patch that you've built. By the way, it's very shit. And you have been just drinking your life away. And then the Reese came around, and you thought, oh, here's an easy out. And then you started smuggling in people. Disgusting. You know I hated that. You did it anyway. You big idiot. Now look. You threw me under the bus just to save your own hide. You've got a lot of atoning to do. And your son and his big brains are gonna tell you exactly what you need to do to atone, 'cause I ain't forgiving you so easy. Go
Hell
on,
yeah.
Kazi.
Here's what you're gonna do, Pops. First of all, you and all the other Greenfingers around here, everybody that's been fucked up by this nonsense, you're all going back to the muck. And you're gonna sit there and you're gonna think about what you did. And when I say sit there, I mean you're gonna spend a long time just sitting in that muck. You are not to leave Muckhome under any circumstances. You hear me?
But what about the reef?
Don't you worry about Coslow's Reef. It's gonna be just fine.
Mippy giggles from behind Rosie.
Oh, I like the sound of Coslow's Reef.
I built this place from planks. I kept taking care of it. I protected it. You can't just come in and take it from under my thumb.
You didn't protect it if you had to sell out your own people, including your own wife, to keep it. That's just being a piece of shit.
Rosie nods in agreement.
Well,
How?
there is one other option that we could do other than, letting Coslow's Reef thrive under new management.
And Coslow reaches into his artificer bag and pulls out a fireball bomb.
But
Your
what's?
choice, Pops.
No, you can't blow up the beautiful reef.
Actually,
That's where
put
you're
us
wrong.
together, I
That's-
think we
that's
can.
the easiest thing we could do as a group is blow up the reef.
But
Like, it wouldn't even be hard.
the business, my contacts, my influence.
Yeah, you gave that up when you started sending your people to that crazy woman.
Yeah, guess what's gonna run this place now? My business, my contacts, my influence. And I'll tell you this much, I got a lot more reach than you ever had sitting here on your ass drinking all day.
Yeah,
You
I'll have
stepped
my
out of line
brains.
for a single second, I'm gonna hear about it faster than you even had the thought of it.
Why, you little upstart! And he
Grabella will step on his toes as he starts this.
Ow! Ow! Ah!
Hey, Coslow, you know what my favorite thing about alcohol?
Coslow just grins because I think he knows his favorite thing about alcohol.
I mean, it's really, really good. It's really good for the good feels, But also, it's very flammable. Very flammable.
Coslow's just nodding and his grin is getting bigger and bigger as he holds the bomb up.
Would you say someone who really likes the drink would probably keep a couple barrels around, not to have to move too far?
More than likely.
Oh, I wonder what would happen if your bomb got misplaced.
But ow! My toes! My toes!
I feel like you may be slightly misreading your current situation, Pops. This ain't a negotiation, I'm telling you what's happening.
Damn it!
Wang Doodle will activate the Hot Wheels motor rotors on the inside of his gauntlet, targeting Rascal's Stein and throwing it at his head.
There is a resounding clank as the glass goes ricocheting off his dome. In between the head injury, Rosie now grabbing his massive ears, and Grabella stomping on his toes, he acquiesces. Ow! Damn it! Ow! Damn it, woman, get off my toes! Fine, you go. Damn it, Cosmo.
Maybe if you ask nicely, he'd learn some manners.
Yeah, tell Grabella, please.
Will you please get off my toes?
Grabella will let his toes go for now, but not move at all otherwise.
Damn it. Coslow, I should know my own progeny. I'm gonna stage a coup.
This ain't a coup, it's a rescue.
Yeah, we did the first part, and here's the second.
But you still got a job to do. I need somebody looking after Muckhome and the rest of these yahoos, making sure that they get themselves all sorted out. So, you're gonna be in charge of making sure everybody sticks around at Muckhome until they're all set. You hear me?
His ears flatten, even as Rosie has a good handhold on one of them as he understands now the gravity of the situation he's in. He looks up at Coslow and now friend Wangdoodle as they stand upon his once royal perch. He looks at Rosie, who is staring at him with daggers in her eyes, Mippy, who is peering around Rosie's shoulder and occasionally sticking out her tongue, and then up at Grabella, who towers over him.
Consider this the restructuring, and you're lucky to still have a job.
I hate that word.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking awful, but HR will take care of you, don't worry, they'll have plenty of pamphlets.
I hate paperwork.
You're gonna hate HR even more if I gotta send them your way.
Yeah.
There's a reason we call him Mr. Ticklefingers.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't want to meet that man.
that's
Yeah,
terrifying.
I'm sorry.
Fine. Fine, Coslow. You're right. I've been a coward. Been terrible. Gave away Rosie to save my own hide. Make a little money. I don't even have that money anymore. Right. I should go back to Muckhome and use that muck to clear my head of all these terrible thoughts. I've been so greedy. I've been just an asshole. I'm sorry, Rosie. This is all my fault. I knew I shouldn't have started taking that extra coin on the side from smuggling in people. It was wrong and just led me down a much darker path. And now I've lost everything that I built just for my own selfishness. Coslow was right. I don't deserve to run this place. And a little bit of restructuring will do us all some good. I'll go back to Muckhome. And I'll stay there as long as Rosie thinks is right. And hopefully it'll make me a little bit less of an ass. I forgot what family meant. I put money over family. He looks up at Coslow. Will you ever forgive me, son?
We'll see how you do with this. Consider this your chance at redemption.
Oslo, is now a good time to talk about all the civil liability for the people who were trafficked from Maginox?
I understood some of those words. Go right ahead.
Right, well, civil liability. So, you trafficked a whole bunch of people. They will be suing your ass, I'm sure, very soon.
And if you don't want to lose this whole place in the process anyway, what it needs is new management. It needs someone they can't point a finger at. And that's me.
So what you're saying is Muckhome is kind of a blessing in disguise. If I don't want to get, the rest of my pants sewed off, he hikes up his canvas shorts, but not over his bulging gut.
Actually, I was kind of insinuating that you're still personally liable. even if you file for bankruptcy and lose Coslow's Reef to Coslow.
What? But if I lose the Reef to Coslow, then I don't have anything in my name. You can't squeeze blood from a turnip.
No, but all of your future wages can be garnished, I believe.
Coslow scribbles down. Idea: squeeze blood from turnip.
What? My future wages.
You'll be hearing from Maginox's lawyers.
And what you're gonna need in that situation? You're gonna need somebody that can get in good with Maginox. You're gonna need somebody that can,
Trying to think exactly what I want to say here.
can make it as, let's say, redemption-y as possible without completely ruining you in the process. You got an opportunity here. Up to you whether or not you do anything with it.
What do you mean I'm gonna have to work for my mistakes?
Yeah.
It's better than the alternative.
And I need somebody making sure Muckhome's alright. So if you would like to receive a small salary, which of course, all of which will be going towards repaying your debt to society, etc. At least for the first period of time. Then I need you making sure that everybody at Muckhome is getting their shit done. I need you keeping that place running perfectly. And again, I will hear immediately if that's not the case.
Do we still have the link while we're here?
It is a normal part of the morning exercise routine, yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna whisper or like message to Coslow. Make him kiss your ring.
Yeah, the Merchant's Guild ring.
Kiss a ring.
Coslow will grin, step down a little bit.
You see this ring on my hand?
He looks down at the signet, his eyebrows furrowing as he thinks for a moment, and then you can see his eyes go slightly wider as he understands what it means.
Yeah, your connections, your influence, that ain't shit compared to what I got going on these days, even before I came here. I'll handle it. I'll clean up your fucking mess. You just gotta fall in line and do what I tell you. And then maybe one of these days you'll have yourself a nice little retirement. You can get as drunk as you want and out of everybody's fucking way.
You know, Coslow, I never thought of you as a bending the rules, law-abiding type of man.
Yeah, you didn't pay a lot of attention to me, did you?
He shakes his head and Rosie nods in agreement. No, I didn't. I underestimated you from the start.
See, you might not have learned a lot from me, but I learned a lot from you, Pops. I learned exactly how not to operate things. So we're gonna do things different around here, and it's gonna be a lot better for everyone. Yourself included, if you do what I tell you.
You mean it's a second chance?
Have you not been listening? I literally just said that. You're getting off to a bad start here, Pops.
I was expecting some more, corporal punishment. Drugged behind a boat, rope tied around my ankles, half drowned. That would have
What
been
about
easier than actually working.
what about a trip to Muckhome in a whale's belly? We can arrange that if you want more corporal punishment.
No.
A trip to Muckhome in San Diego.
No, that's even worse.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure I'd be comfortable with swallowing him. He seems kind of like a masochist.
Also,
So you're
I
saying
may
he's more
have
of a
parasites.
suppository.
No, I cannot be used or utilized rectally.
Gross.
That's really not a question any of us asked, but I
Yeah.
suppose thank you for clarifying.
I feel like I gotta clear the air here.
That was
Did
a
you
real
know?
You
sudden
don't
declaration.
understand the position that you're currently in. You're not in one to make really any demands.
Please, Coslow, please do not transport me to Muckhome in the anus of a large whale.
Coslow
Why
is
did this escalate to
genuinely
the
considering
anus?
it.
Or the mouth. Please, Cosy. I'll be devoured. I got parasites. I'm disgusting.
As the
Flatulent.
potential whale in question, I'm feeling slightly more uncomfortable with him.
Coslow will hold out his hand with the ring in front of Rascal.
Kiss it.
He glances around like, oh man. He looks around. Looks at Mippy. Looks at Kiki.
Do it. Do it, Dad.
You better do it. Slowly, with a quiver, he purses his lips, kneels down. Rosie lets go of his ear just long enough for him to be able to bend his head down. And with a large, resoundingly gooey sounding kisses the ring.
As he does that, Coslow will backhand him with it across the face.
Ow!
Here's what I friggin' thought.
He rubs his ear. Rosie's like,
You're lucky that's all he did.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be on it. You're gonna be traveling with Ma.
no,
If
what?
it's corporal punishment you're after, then well, I'm sure she's got some ideas.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of ideas.
Not in the sexy way, neither. Not that I really wanted to be thinking about that, Jesus.
You're very lucky that it's not me.
And Grabella will pull out the soul hook.
I don't know which one to take. The giant fishing hook or my wife.
You
I
should
got
probably
another option for you.
But not
you
the
should
whale.
probably pick the wife.
Coslow will show him the I'll find it in my list so I can put it in the chat.
Oh,
the
no.
rod of rulership that he's still carrying.
Oh. I forgot about that. It's a good one.
I'm just gonna link it. I'm not actually using it.
Oh, wow, that's a mighty fine stick you got there, son.
Yeah, you recognize it? I took it from your stash. You remember what this thing does?
Yeah. Makes
So you
people
can
do what they don't
either-
want to do.
You can either do all this willingly and have some semblance of your mental faculty still involved. Or hey, you know, worst case, I happen to know a guy who's pretty good at making very subservient skeletons out of employees that get out of line.
Huh.
Jar.
I prefer to keep my skin, but if Rosie will allow it.
Coslow will put the rod away. It's not even attuned. I couldn't use it if I wanted to. Put it away.
I think the threat of it is enough.
All right, now, Rascal. We get to go around our little reef and collect all the Greenfingers that you've traded for favors. All of them. Shark teeth, fins. I don't want to see none of that. Let's go gather the children.
He looks up at Grabella, kind of gives her a much meeker look. Excuse me, ma'am.
Coslow will glance over at Kiki and just be like,
Got any problems, any questions or concerns you want to raise?
I think you handled that just fine. Just fine. In fact,
She reaches into her pocket, walks up the stairs, and pulls out a piece of candy. It's some sort of a lemon drop by the smell of it. It's covered in pocket lint. It's probably been sucked on once or twice, but you remember it as one of your favorite little sweet snacks from Muckhome. It's a citrus derivative from some of the native fruits of Muckhome. Probably Mippy had grown it somewhere, and Kiki has turned it into a sweet. Or it is one of your old sweets, and she's just kept it.
here. I always knew you were gonna go far, brother. And, you know, I may be the big sister, and I may be a little rough with Mippy. But seeing this today, you've proven yourself more than your dad, more than your cousins, your brothers. You actually done something good, something for family. And I knew you were destined for good things. So, here. Have your candy back.
He presses it into your hand, and with the hand that has your ring, gives it a little smooch.
Ew, gross. I didn't ask you to do that.
Yeah, well. Shut up! I didn't ask you. Listen. Everybody here's got to fall in line. Myself included. And you've stuck out your ass, your neck, your ears, your tongue. Risked everything just to get this ramshackle piece of shit back online. And fuck you, Kozlo. I'm proud of you.
Hey, fuck you too, Kiki. I like you a little bit.
Yeah, I like you too, you little shit.
Aw, get out now.
Kozlo he'll actually like go to give her a hug, but it's like he wants to give her a hug, but he's also like kind of
Jesus.
Well,
Personal space.
why are you coming up on me like that? You want to fight?
A little bit, but maybe we'll do that later. You know, for fun.
Well, okay, here. Why don't you just stick out your arms, and then I'll stick out my arms, and we walk together, and then we'll call it a hug.
Yeah, okay, that works.
he's also like checking her over while he's doing this. He just wants to get a close look at her to see if she has any weird mutations or whatever on her, or if she's stayed somewhat normal.
She has stayed somewhat normal, even judging by her smell, which is vaguely goblin-y and kind of like fresh moss. She has not partaken in any of the gifts given from Nerys.
Why are you sniffing me? Don't be a weirdo.
Tell you what, Kiki.
What?
Jesus, all right, fine, calm down.
She folds her arms across her chest.
I mean, what?
Well, mine, Pa, and everybody else has got to go back to Muckhome for a bit. Which means I need a Greenfinger making sure this place stays in line till I can come back round.
Now you need somebody to bust some ass, bust some balls, break some heads, crack some skulls.
All of the above, yes, especially the balls.
Why, you need your big sissy to handle things for you.
I was gonna ask if you knew anybody who might be up to the task who doesn't necessarily need the trip to Muckhome right this second.
No, they're all idiots. Everybody who cavorted with Nerys, a moron. So,
Everybody except...
You and Mippy.
me and Mippy. And, you know, Mippy's fine, I guess. But I don't think she's got the gumption, or is willing to make anybody mad in order to keep Rascal's Reef up in line. So, you're looking for your big sister to help.
Kozlo just grins at her.
Listen, I know every ship, every face, what they like, what they don't like. Yeah, I think I could do it. While
And I need a
Dad's...
familiar face around here, letting all those who come around here know that there is new management in place and it is fully legitimate.
on the level. Kozlo's Reef. I kind of like the sound of that.
Me too, it's got my name in it.
Yeah, the whole thing. Not even abbreviated. Fine. Big Sissy will do you a favor and keep this place on the up and up while Dad's on his extended vacation.
Let's use the word exile.
Oh, exile. Oh, that's a good one. Fine. While Dad's exiled from Rascal's Reef, I'll make sure Kozlo's Reef is on the up and up. Just, why don't you leave me some guide rules on how you want things run around here? And Sissy will take care of it.
She steps up and extends her hand to Kozlo.
I know we already hugged, but shake on it?
Let's make it official.
And Kozlo will spit in his hand and then hold it out to her.
All right. I think everything's settled then.
Spit shake and an agreement. Kozlo's Reef under new management. And I, Manager Kiki, will make sure everything is copacetic. By Kozlo's rules.
Manager, that's perfect.
Manager Kiki.
I cannot imagine somebody coming here asking to speak to the manager and getting met with you.
I will absolutely fuck them up. They will not hear the last of it. Problems? No problems.
Perfect.
She steps up to the top.
Yeah, you hear me? Reefers?
She yells to the rest of Rascal's Reef, who may or may not be listening.
This is your manager speaking. I need like an intercom or something. Attention. Minions of Rascal's Reef. It's no longer called Rascal's Reef, it's called Kozlo's Reef. We're under new management. The owner, Kozlo, has put me, Kiki, in as your new manager. So listen to me, or I'm gonna yell at you while you sleep. I will find you and live in your fucking walls. Thank you.
She sits in Rascal's chair.
Kozlo will slip her a platinum piece.
Oh, what's this? What? Oh. Well, you making real money, bro.
Yeah, we're all gonna be filthy, stinking rich. We keep this moving.
I like the sound of that.
She pockets it.
Though unnecessary, it'll be sure. I'll split it up. Polish some, spit polish some hands that may be avoiding the reef. I'll make sure business comes back. Some of them left and we started dealing with people. And now we'll try and make sure those boats come back in as normal. There's a lot of good stuff coming in from Xavier. We gotta make sure that comes back. That they want to do business here. And that this place isn't as dangerous as it once was with all the Sahagin hanging around.
Tell you what.
He will slip her another 4 to make it 5 total.
Wait, are you gonna ask me a really big and obnoxious favor?
Nah, just keep that handy for any, greasing that needs to occur, yeah?
She looks at you with respect.
You got it.
She pockets it for now, but understands what it's supposed to go to.
Perfect. And just send me a message if you need anything. There's not a lot I can't get my hands on these days.
Then can I ask a little bro a favor? Should I send it by boat or by Boyd? Unless you got another way I could contact you very quickly. Rascal's Reef, we're kind of stationed on the outside of Arctis. For our, well, activities.
Actually, Gabella, did you take those sending stones by chance?
Yeah, I have them.
Might be good to keep Kiki and Kozlo here in touch. Give them each one.
Okay.
Perfect.
Ah, talking rocks.
Yeah, talk rocks is...
Yeah, we know who those are from Muckhome. Yeah, give one talking rock to Kozlo and give one to me. And then whenever he wants to wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat with his big sis yelling at him, I can just be like, Kozlo!
Is there a way to put this thing on mute while I'm sleeping?
No. You're a real businessman. You're on 24/7. All hours.
I mean, what if you just hear me out on this? What if you just encase that area in a silence spell?
What?
Nah, I'll have to keep I'll keep it handy just in case you need me.
Did you give me both of them?
Yes, you should have gotten both of them. There
Okay.
should be 2.
Then I will reduce the amount I have to 1 and give the other one to...
Also, officially has a BlackBerry. He's a real businessman now.
Thanks for the
Greenberry,
talking.
thank you very much.
Thanks for the talking rock.
Hopefully I can find some more, because I want to get Charlotte Joe one.
Oh. I mean, I have one. Here.
No.
Kiki holds up the stone to her mouth.
Attention!
Ah!
Clean up on aisle 5. Clean up on aisle 5. Yeah, it works fine. All right, little bro. Don't you worry. Your lovely little ramshackle platform will be taken very good care of. Your big sis Kiki got everything under control.
Perfect.
Now go on, wrangle up all your stupid brothers, sisters, and cousins who may have taken some favors.
Yeah, let's round up all the idiots.
Rosie and Rascal begin to leave.
Come on, Rascal, we gotta round up your idiot sons and daughters.
Mippy waves.
Bye.
Well, now what?
I think we're pretty much good here.
So, back to Almus's ship?
Unless you want to grab a drink first.
I think I'm okay. I have still all of the wine that we took last time.
What about
Maybe
those-
you stay safe, okay?
You know, what about that flag, though?
Yeah, where's that flag?
Somebody really should clean up all these dead sea spawn that we murdered the last time we were here.
Oh yeah, there's a couple bits of corpses hiding back there. Ah, the seagulls got him. Ah!
Friggin' seagulls.
Eagle's gonna come. Hug you in the coconut.
Maybe you can invest in a sanitation department, Coslo.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to Kiki. She'll get it all squared away.
Who else is? Bringing in everybody.
Round up the taint.
The rest of the Greenfinger clan reconvenes. The four more egregious, the four most egregious users of Neresa's powers are trailing on behind Rosie and Rascal.
All right. I think we got 'em all. I'm proud of you, son. And putting Kiki up in management. I think that's a great idea. I love Mippy, but I just don't think she's got the stomach for leadership. She's a
Nah,
nurturing.
she's got other talents.
She's a nurturing little soul.
Yeah, she's good at keeping her eye on, your environment and your people. I'm sure she'll help Kiki out.
Yeah. Well, this should be everybody. Do we want to make our way back to the Silent Arrow?
Yeah, sure.
So what now? Do we take the boat and you got some sort of fancy ship?
Did we have a plan for that? I thought we had some. I don't remember now.
So
We talked about it.
Almus can take them to Muckhome. It would take them a little bit longer. Or you can take Almus's boat back to your airship, and then you can all airship to Muckhome, and you can even visit there as well if you like. Or you can skip visiting and hope that the reintroduction of Rascal and him staying at Muckhome will be permanent. Or you can ensure that he is welcomed home and the residents of Muckhome have the proper context of his return. It's entirely up to you.
I think I don't want to derail things too much, but I think going to Muckhome. I think the boat to airship to Muckhome to back to Maginox makes the most sense, or to the library that we were going to go to, or whatever our next destination was.
All right. The rest of the afflicted Greenfinger clan, board the Silent Arrow, and Almus checks everybody as they are welcomed on the ship. They are stripped of any sort of weapons, much to their dismay. And Almus asks if your relatives should stay on the ship as guests or treated as prisoners.
Let's call them our esteemed guests. But keep a real close eye on them. Some of these guys are pretty shifty. Not like me at all. Always on the up and up.
With an understanding nod, Almus agrees and returns you to your airship sitting just inside the barrier to Arctis. Taking a little bit of a detour, the airship now steers you and the 6 Greenfingers to the island of Muckhome. One moment, please. Why are you two upside down?
I just get like that sometimes.
You know, just wanted to see the world in a different perspective.
The swampy area of Muckhome is just outside of the eastern shores of Borealis, and you can see the massive mountains rising into view as you approach. Now, thankfully, you won't have to be ascending into those cold mountains, as Muckhome lies just above the surface of the water. It is a rather chilly environment, but no snow or frost remains on the ground. Instead, the entire island is almost entirely swampy, choked by thick moss, mushrooms, and vines. As you approach, the water immediately becomes more of a murky green, as it is mixed with most of the chlorophyll and the moss and the lily pads that float on its surface, and it is hard to find a place for the airship to land. But just as you are searching, you find a relatively open spot, and a small boat attached to a dock leads into a thick, swampy jungle of foliage. The massive mushrooms that you can see just inside Muckhome are barely seen outside of the thick, foggy miasma that hovers in the air. The air is sticky and wet, and you can almost... it almost chokes you with how, oh my god, humid it is. I forgot the word for wet air.
Moist.
Moist. It's good. As the airship lowers a coil of rope ladder to the small boat, Rosie points you in the correct direction, towards the main village of Muckhome, and one that is familiar to you, Coslow, as you are from here, and it has been a very, very long time since you have been back. But the forest of mushrooms, the thick moss, the tangle of vines, the incredibly moist air, it is almost healing in a way, and gives you a sense of calm and comfort. It is a very, very different environment from the bustling and busy city of Maginox. One moment, please.
When the air is sweaty.
Damn, this air is sweaty as hell.
Air's weak. Mama spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. One moment, please. Let's do... I need some bangers. As Rosie walks in, you finally start to see the massive mushrooms that you once called home. The ramshackle buildings are built a little bit sturdier now. And even some of the mushrooms have lovely porches, gardens built, trying to keep some of the mushrooms at bay. You can see gardens and fields of pumpkins, other curious plant life, growing in the yards of this quaint little goblin city. There's a small bustle of activity, but nothing compared to Maginox. Rascal looks increasingly nervous as he walks now on the cobblestone paths, with some of the larger stones shaking underfoot. The others that don't shake squish as they provide just a little bit of purchase on the muddy ground below. Rosie does not seem to care about rumbling cobblestones and steps in the muck, going so far as to remove her shoes and wiggle her toes in the mud. She stretches and inhales a big gout of thick, wet Muckhome air. She turns to you, all with a flourish, and extends her arms wide.
It ain't much, but it's home. This ground here is the most fertile thing you can find in all of Arctis. In fact, so fertile, well, it made us. Come on, I'll show you around a little bit. Come on, Rascal.
Kozlov will turn to the others of the group and just be like,
Welcome to Muckhome.
and just start walking off.
Everybody here knows everybody. So don't worry. The news of your dad's transgressions will pretty quickly get around. That's probably for the best. We don't get a lot of visitors here. Not a lot of people really like the muck, or understand where our people come from. But here, we call home. This is all of the primordial ooze that the Greenfingers hail from. And in fact, we've spawned so many, well, family members here. It's hard to keep track of them all. We don't have a lot of exports. Mushrooms, lots of interesting plants. Some medicinal, some not, but mostly for goblins. Don't mind the humidity. It's a little sticky, but it ain't bad. Come on, up the stairs.
She pats the big row of mushrooms that make stairs going up to the next level.
We do have an inn, though.
She points off in this direction to the west.
Though I don't think you're going to be staying long. I'm sure if you get hungry, you can go and have a little bit of a bite. The ducks here grow big. Large. Oh my gosh. As big as, well, she'd like hold out her hands, like double that. And they make really big eggs. Fragrant, but we use them in everything.
She waves.
Hello.
Another goblin is stirring a very large pot that is simmering over a small flame. The noodles inside the pot are as thick around as a man's arm, and the aforementioned giant duck egg sits at the top of this curious pot of goblin ramen. Mushrooms as big as Kozlov's head simmer on the top of the pot.
Hello, and welcome to Slinks's Inn. Would you care for some Muckhome ramen?
Emphasis on raw.
I can do it well done.
She gestures.
We have an open table over there if you want to have a seat. I'll bring you some bowls.
The rest of the goblins that have not followed behind you are looking around with mild disbelief and perhaps a touch of homesickness.
They're not going anywhere.
Rosie pulls up an extra seat.
Well, come on, everybody, gather around. Let's all sit and have some of this goblin ramen.
The small goblin girl scoops up 5 massive bowls It takes only one noodle to fill up the bowl most of the way, but she cuts up some of the egg and mushroom and places it in front of everyone. She also complements the meal with a small loaf of very crispy bread.
All right, everyone, enjoy.
Rosie eats, just picking up the noodle in her hands and taking massive bites, occasionally dipping it in the heady ramen sauce.
Kozlo will do pretty much the same thing.
We have one order of business. That shouldn't take you too long, Kozlo. We need to make sure that everybody spends some time in the muck. And that means we should probably be talking to the Tapserfinger. Well, the village elder that was here when we left. And that would be Nagnusa. She lives at the very northern part of the city. But it doesn't hurt to get a little bit of a bite to eat before we talk to her. Anything can grow here, she says between slurps. I mean, anything.
Bella eyes Kozlo and Sea-Swab in her little pocket of beans.
Sea-Swab very definitively in like the sternest voice you can muster. Absolutely fucking not.
You're looking at me.
She puts the package of beans away. I think I did give Mippy one. Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh my god.
I forgot I gave Mippy one.
And then Sea-Swab's gonna like stop for a second and goes, maybe as we leave.
We can barely hear you, Sea-Swab.
Oh, maybe as we leave, just drop one.
Maybe. What if we got more beer, though?
What is?
Damn, that beer was good.
What are the beans you all keep talking about?
Oh, these.
She'll put them on the table. There's like, I don't know, 6 beans left.
Rain, you know how your city has a giant pyramid in the middle of it?
Yes. The one
Yeah,
that appeared from nowhere?
And nowhere being same.
Not same.
But
So,
different.
we
You know that
planted
beer-
a few of these
you know
on the
that
beach.
beer at your coronation?
Yeah, that too.
Bean? Same. If you catch my drift.
Rain identifies the beans.
These highly magical beans are suffused with enough magical energy to give them explosive growth potential. And in fact, as you identify them, the amount of just raw nature magic that suffuses this area is very similar to the resonance that is coming off of the beans. They have just absolutely explosive growth potential, but as it is mostly spread around in the area of Muckhome, it is condensed within these beans. You wouldn't be surprised if at least one of them had their origin point here, just had their capabilities compacted into a much smaller package.
There are 6 beans left.
I'm sorry. Where the hell did you find these?
In your mother-in-law's friend's garden.
What?
What?
Yeah, Miss Raven was garden. We had to go fix stuff, and this was something we found.
Oh.
We planted them on the beach where it was safe.
Do you have any
But
idea what these do, Grabella?
What we do now?
We figured some of the things they could do out, but I gave one to what's his face? What was the guy's name? Lara.
Larix.
The other trader guy person who swore up and down he knew what he was doing with plants. He's the reason you have a pyramid in the middle of Matchbox, because I gave him one.
Uh-huh.
I did tell him to go figure out what they were first. He didn't listen.
Well, there's actually, interestingly enough, no way to tell what any of them do.
Yeah, that much we figured out.
Like, I have an idea of all the things they could do, but there's no way to tell until you plant one.
Yeah, we
But
had
there's a
bullets.
50-50 shot you get what you want.
Oh, and here,
Grabella will take out the feather from an angel.
we made a weird thing that talked to me. We got beer. Oh, we fought a lot of stuff. But the beer and the bullet were things that went to that restaurant. And then Gaz was dead.
Okay, maybe let's not give random people beans. Maybe we don't do that.
I gave Mippy one because I figured she would probably know what it is.
Uh-huh.
But I'm
Well.
gonna... I got 6 more of these, so I'm gonna... Just gonna put these away.
Maybe just don't plant them in the city anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we planted them on the beach.
Mm-hmm. And see what happened?
I mean, the beach was... We cleaned it all up, but... Yeah, I'm not giving them to other people anymore. Unless I know they're botanists.
Yeah. Sorry, what is this feather you showed Rain? Is that something...
I think it's from the angel.
Is that something you want Rain to identify?
I don't think I even like have an object for it. It's just something I know that she got the feather from the angel that like showed up, celestial being.
Yes, the thing that was spawned from your beanscapades.
Yeah, it's just a celestial feather. Grabella would describe the being and tell the weird story of how it asked her a lot of questions, gave her this, and then left.
Oh. Save me from the wild craziness that is dirt magic.
I don't know, I think it's kind of fun.
You learn to enjoy it. In fact, you can plant anything here and it just grows into something unexpected. You know, like smart, talented children.
No.
Or beans.
Or beans.
There's some fascinating plants back on the airship that might be interesting to plant here, but I have a colleague for whom that is a whole realm of interest.
Yeah, bring him round.
Well, you know, we did try, and then he just mysteriously disappeared.
I'm sure he's just gone and spread his seed somewhere.
Wait, is he the guy with the weird room on the ship?
Yes, that's full of all the weird dream plants now.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about those coming around here.
Well, some of them were actively carnivorous before they were planted in there. Now they probably eat dreams. I don't know.
I was so interested in hearing about all your adventures. We don't get a ton of that in Muckhome. This is a place where kids can do whatever they want. They grow their own ideas. They embark out on their own. And some of them become mosquito riders. And some of them become world-class, shippers. Ain't that right, my little man?
She struggles to not say smugglers over and over again.
Oslo, why didn't you become a mosquito rider?
I used to do it a little bit, but they can get a bit unruly. Also, I kept accidentally lighting them on fire.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes intentionally lighting them on fire.
Yeah.
This is why we only give him metal ones now.
I think you would have been a great mosquito rider. But anyway, those things are fueled by blood. And they don't really take to drinking goblin blood.
She slurps up a few more of the noodles very loudly.
I definitely miss some Muckhome cooking. This has been really nice. Thank you all for taking such good care of my little Causey. And now, well, I think we've got some paying up to do. Let's converse with our village elder and make sure, well, she's on the up and up for my husband's exile and punishment. How was everyone's meal?
Yeah.
Kazo's like chewing, talking with his mouth full.
It's great, just like I remember.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And genuine Muckhome ingredients. Oh, and may I ask, what brings you to Muckhome today? It is very rare we see visitors.
We got a few, prodigals that need a bit of a muck bath to get themselves back together.
I saw some goblins in your contingent. Locals, I assume.
Yeah, their eyes.
Well, welcome home, welcome home. It is good to get some genuine Muckhome cooking in you. It tends to ward away the giant horse-sized mosquitoes, at least for a time.
Oh yeah, you guys are probably gonna want to eat at least a little bit of this.
Okay.
Corbella will eat it, even though it doesn't really do anything for her.
Very good, very good. Nothing like some down-home style cooking to get you smelling like a Muckhome resident.
Corbella will dab some behind the ears like it's perfume.
I can bottle that up if you like.
Yeah, I think this is enough. Thank you.
I will take a gobby bag to go.
Very good, very good. One moment, I'll pack that up for you.
She gets a little bit of broth in a sack that is currently dripping with said broth, and comes around to Coslow's side of the table and upends the rest of his bowl into the leather bag.
There you are, one gobby bag. Extra drippy.
Perfect.
She extends her hand.
That will be 2 gold, please.
Kazo will hand over 2 gold. Kazo will hand over 5 gold, because that way I can make an even number in my thing. And also a tip.
A generous businessman, I see. Welcome home, sir. And I do hope you enjoy your stay in Muckhome. Come see Slinks' Soups again.
Absolutely.
Would anyone else like a gobby bag?
Oh no, I'm quite good. Thank you so much.
Anyone else? No gobby bags? Then you are sufficiently sated. Thank you very much. And come again.
The busy goblin walks off, continuing to offer the rest of her, the people waiting for food, dripping gobby bags.
Just like I remember. Extra drippy gobby bags.
Now I really want to go get an Italian beef, though.
All right, then. Belly's sated. Let's not keep the boys waiting.
Yeah, we should probably go check in with the elder. And then we do got shit we gotta get to.
Yep, the whole saving the world business.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
On the way back, Wangdoodle stops by this well-looking thing, grabs a fluid sample and a sample of the soil.
Okay. The water is brassy, almost orange.
What is this fascinating creature in front of me?
Directly in front of you is a bugbear. On his back is a quiver full of arrows and a longbow slung over his shoulder. Rain, you recognize this bugbear. Something scratches at the back of your head. He has been in Borealis. In fact, you saw him peddling pets during the hunt. His name is Eckert. The bugbear, with round furry ears on the top of his head and heavily lidded eyes, is currently talking to a goblin who is sprouting mushrooms from in between whatever hair is left on his head. Some long and skinny, some white-capped and thick. One mushroom seems to be keeping his left eye open in perpetuity, and he is crushing up mushrooms in a small mortar and pestle and straining the ingredients into a potion.
I really want to pet it. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Carvella's just gonna run away.
The bugbear is tall and thin as well. He's about 6'2" or 6'3", and looks like a right and capable hunter.
Potions, mushrooms, shrimmy, potions, spores, and potions.
The goblin says as you all pass by.
Hello, strangers. Yes, come to Zank's Shroom Emporium. Yes, we have a variety of poultices. Native to Muckhome. Grow anything back, regenerate what was lost. Yes, lovely elf. Yes, beautiful elf. Is there anything you are missing? Anything you wish to grow? Perhaps your beautiful hair. Would you like to grow your hair?
My hair grows just fine, thank you.
No, of course it does. Long and beautiful silvery it is, yes.
Eckert is giving you a look like his brain is moving as he seems to recognize Rain.
No,
I'm not really sure that Rain was around for whoever this particular gentleman is. I think that might have been Ajax, so... Rain is oblivious.
He's just like
Not
scratching his chin and looking at Rain with interest. The goblin holds up a mortar and pestle filled with sticky black sap.
Oh, perhaps some native Muckhome sap for the lady. Yes, powerful, intoxicant. Yes, something to take the edge off. Smoked it can be. Yes. Keeps the head clear.
That's all very fascinating. Mostly curious. I think I'm okay for now, but there are some interesting things here that I might send others back for later.
Yes, the thickness of the sap, the viscosity of the balm can also keep fires at bay. We also have dug up some fresh, thicky root, good for the tummy.
Yes, the balm is very interesting to me. If I didn't live somewhere where there was no sun, I'm very delicate in the sun, you see, so normally I would be totally on with that.
Yes, your skin, most assuredly, does not see the harsh sunlight. Yes. Zank,
Working as intended.
Zank can make you anything you wish, anything at all. Mushroom derived, all natural, organic.
Lovely, good to know. Thank you so much.
Of course, pretty elf, please come back, please.
I had not seen this apparatus of the crown the last time the Spitzer was here.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it.
I had missed it somehow. It's amazing. If I had money that was no object, I would be buying it for C-Swab or console right now.
As you get up to the highest level of Muckhome, there is a large building directly to the north that is decorated with very finely knit rugs. A mysterious sigil boasting the imprint of a diamond sits upon the roof of this mushroom house, and in a rocking chair directly to the east of the door is a small, shriveled goblin, aged and wrinkled, her ears pierced with golden hoops. She wears a tightly knitted hood on her head, and in her hands she is knitting some sort of sock, a very tiny sock. And she looks up as a multitude of goblins approach, and her knitting needles, for the moment, stop clacking. Her eyes, her wrinkled and aged eyes, narrow as her plaza becomes suffused with goblin. Rosie comes up and nudges Coslow a bit.
That's Nagnusa. She's the oldest goblin in Muckhome. I'm actually happy to see that she's still kicking. Go on, son. She hasn't seen you in a very long time. I'm sure she's going to be happy to see you.
Gazelle will start walking up, like, slightly nervous to talk to her.
The old goblin continues rocking in her chair as a small flock of flies hovers around her head. She has not bothered to wave them away. She looks up from her knitting needles as Coslow approaches, her eyes going slightly wider.
I'll be a mosquito stinger. Not the young and impressionable Coslow Greenfinger.
Yeah, that's me. Not so young nor so impressionable these days, but how's things?
She grabs a fly that is hovering around her head and pops it into her mouth with a crunch.
Things are... well, come closer. My eyes aren't what they used to be. And look at you. You've lost all your hair, young man. Come back to Muckhome to grow it back.
She reaches out with a little gnarled hand and touches one of the few remaining white hairs on your head.
Not all of it. Some of it's still there.
She puts down her knitting. It looks like she's knitting a tiny goblin sock out of spider webbing. The sock sticks awkwardly to the chair where she puts it down, even as she struggles to sit up in the chair slightly.
You've brought so many strange friends with you, young Greenfinger. Certainly you're not here for wisdom. What are you here for?
I mean, I've never turned down some proper wisdom, but, yeah, we got a bunch that made some bad deals with this shit wizard. Hoping that the muck will set him back right again.
Here's some wisdom I impart on you. Those that eat flies keep sated the frog in their throat.
Wait, is that why I sound like this?
She chuckles.
When was the last time you've had a proper fly soup?
You know, it has been a while.
She begins to sniff.
What is that horrible stench? Something worse than the gaseous excretions of the muck. Worse than the billowing whomps of the swamp. What is it? It's foul, rotting.
Rebella kind of tenses up, assuming she might be talking about her.
Castle just sort of looks around and starts smelling himself.
It's not you.
She leans forward and gives you a big sniff.
You smell like a fishmonger. No. It is
The rot of a soul, I smell. She goes over and sniffs Grabella. No, not you. But you have lost something. You smell like the absence of stench.
Yeah, I've lost a few things.
Spend some time in the Muckhome. Perhaps something may grow back.
Isabella quirks a brow at this.
No, you smell like a pillow.
Oh, thank you.
she was sniffing sea swab.
Ow. Hello?
A long-used pillow, perhaps sitting in the water for a little too long. You smell like a cold night and sea air. Foreign, yet familiar. She sniffs Wangdoodle and recoils slightly. Foul. Something is amiss. You smell like charred bodies.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of, consequences of the job, really.
She steps forward and looks at the goblins that are surrounding this somewhat bottomless-looking mud pit. They're gazing into it, understanding where they go from here, but not quite diving in yet. The old goblin makes her way very slowly down the stairs, holding on to the railing as she wobbles her way down.
AZRAEL will offer a hand to help her down the stairs.
Oh, that's so kind of you, so kind. My knees aren't what they used to be, little Greenfinger. Ah, the smell of it is stronger here. Something has been taken from you. She goes up to Rosie and Pewgob and gives him a very short, quick sniff.
Ah, hate. Horrible stench.
You have been altered. You have had something grown on you that festers like a parasite. All of you full of wriggling worm-like parasites.
Gross.
Disdained you. Corrupted your souls. It is good that you have come. There is not much time left. This sort of paint that has been attached to you is all-consuming. The greed, the desire, does not stop with mere mortification. You will never be satisfied. Not until you are entirely changed. Yes, you have come to the right place. You must return to what you once were. And remember where you have come from. What you grow is not from your native fertility, no. It grows like worms in your belly, becoming bigger, thicker, till they consume everything you eat, everything you breathe, and even your mind. All of the goblins look terrified as Nagnusa is making her rounds, as she sniffs them all individually, recoiling, commenting on their individual stenches.
horrible. You all have done a great disservice to your own bodies. You could have come back to the Muck. You could have grown something else. Worth, knowledge. You reap what you sow. You've tried to take the easy way out with borrowed power, borrowed souls. Ah, the origin of the stench. She squints, and a familiar scent under Rascal. She
As
looks
I was
at
just
Puzzle.
glaring at Rascal as she talks.
It will be long before the parasites leave your belly. She pokes his jiggling stomach as he says it, and he just stares into the gaping pit in the middle of the room that is swarming with mosquitoes. Yes, do not fear the muck pit. The mosquitoes will feast. They will suck upon your tainted blood, take it into themselves, and the muck will allow you to regenerate. It'll take some time, much feeding, as you wriggle your toes in the muck, and your blood taken by the mosquitoes, over and over again, until the parasites are gone. You will be weak. Some of you may die. Your will to live must be stronger than your desire for power. Each one of you has taken something that doesn't belong to you. Even though it was offered. Now, it will be taken from you. Painfully. Slowly. She looks at Rosie and Coslow. Your kin will spend significant time in the muck pit. He points to the darkened, massive well that is teeming with mosquitoes. They will not be able to claw their way out as they wriggle in the mud. The mosquitoes will feast, drawing out their impurity. And hopefully, what has grown them will grow back a newfound sense of being, of belonging, and heal their fractured souls. For we all belong to the muck. Do you wish to take the risk? The risk that your brothers and sisters and cousins may not make it through this trial, as the leeches and the mosquitoes take hold? They may perish.
Sounds like if they don't make it, they're gonna end up in a much worse place.
He nods. Perhaps the pain will bring them to their senses. She puts her knitting needles in her back pocket and looks at Rosie. You know what you must do. He moves around to the other side of Coslow. Rosie nods, and Pugob is very busy looking at Nagnusa with fear as he scratches at the sewn-on gills on the side of his neck and the fins that cross his head. Rosie scoops him up under his armpits, and he squirms. And Rosie just fucking chucks him into the pit. hear the frenzied buzzing of flies, and at the bottom, whoosh, a splash. Ah, yes. Good. The pit. No, I don't have to be picked up. Rascal leans over the pit and looks down onto it, smacking at a mosquito that has come to suck blood out of his forehead. No mosquito seems to be bothering Rosie. She taps her feet impatiently and then just kicks him into the pit. Ah! I say. Oh. Holding his nose, the potion peddler jumps in. Ricardo takes a step back.
No, I won't do it. I won't do. I don't want to get my blood sucked by leeches. I don't want to get feasted on by mosquitoes.
Would you rather a bunch of demon worms eat you from the inside out?
He rubs his stomach.
I don't got demon worms. I don't feel any demon worms inside me. I just got sharp teeth. That ain't so bad, right? That ain't.
He grins at Kozlo, showing rows of shark-like teeth.
Listen, let me work for you, cuz. Let me take you to Machinox. I'll be real good. I'll be a great worker. I'll clean your toilets, scrub your dishes, wash your feet, anything.
You know, that actually sounds like a great deal, but see, I got a no dick worms policy from anyone, so you can have a job, but
He just kind of tilts his head towards the pool.
gotta get through that first.
No, don't send me to the Muck. Come on, Kazi. Surely we can work something out.
I think this is the working it out.
There's one of two ways this goes. Either you end up in the pit, and there's lots of ways we can get you in there, or
Kozlo pulls out one of his firebolt grenades.
I'm not gonna risk whatever the fuck you've got floating around in your corrupted Muckhome.
He looks at the bomb and takes a step back.
Surely you wouldn't set your own cousin on fire now, would you, cuz?
If I thought my cousin was being selfish and putting everyone here at risk, yeah, I think I'd do that.
Choose a little Greenfinger, the pit, or immolation.
Bella's gonna move over to ensure that he thinks about his life choices.
He stares into the pit, thinking for perhaps a little bit too long. Looks back over his shoulder at Grabella, over at Negnusa.
Look, if I kick you, you're gonna end up hitting one of the walls. But I'll do it.
She gets like real close behind him, probably uncomfortably close.
Nah, he's gotta make a choice here.
No, fine.
If it makes you feel any better, it's a 50-50 shot you get what you want here.
He sits down at the edge of the pit and dangles his legs over as it looks like he's trying to, very gently lower himself into the pool, but the sides of this pit are slick with moss and slime and thick with mosquito eggs. He slips a little bit and grabs the edge, and you can just see him getting a little bit smaller as he starts sliding down the edge of the well. You see a bunch of mosquitoes suddenly alight on his head, his shoulders, his back, and they begin to drag him down with significant force.
No!
Good choice.
No!
All right, Pops. Your turn.
You, the stinkiest of them all, Rascal. You smell of betrayal. You smell of duplicity. The worst sins of goblin kind. For at Muckhome, we are all connected to the primordial ooze of our being. We choose our own paths, and wherever they may take us, we are, regardless, all connected. You have chosen selfishness. You must learn once again that we are all one, descended from the same primordial ooze. Rascal gulps audibly and puts a foot on the edge of the ring. Coslow, you take good care of the reef. You're a sharp boy, a shrewd businessman, more than I'll ever be. You watch your sisters. Make sure they don't get into no trouble. Rosie, I'm sorry. I forgot where we came from. I forgot. And I let the glint of gold cloud my mind. I forgot what it meant to be family. Rosie nods and gestures to the pit. Rascal slaps a couple mosquitoes that have lit on his large nose and looks at them almost quizzically. Think I've ever been bitten by a mosquito before. Your blood has been changed too much. They do not recognize. You are foreign. Strange. Even to your family. It is far past time for dip in the muck. He gives Coslow a nod and Rosie a thumbs up. And he walks over to Rosie and he takes something from his pocket and hands it to her. Everybody can roll me a perception check to see if you notice what Rascal hands Rosie.
But my line of sight, I should be able to see it.
Oh, you have a really good line of sight. You can do it with advantage. Coslow, his back is to you. You can't see it. Sea swab in a rain, a glint of gold, a wedding ring. Rosie takes it. She doesn't wear it. She puts it in her pocket.
You gotta earn it again.
Go on.
Get.
Kozlo will give Rascal like a really slow, like, hint of respect in a nod.
He leaps in the center of the muck, the mosquitoes descending upon him.
It is done.
They will stew for a time. He turns and looks at the rest of the group.
Your business here and Muckhome is finished. The goblins will heal their tainted and fractured souls in time, as they remember and grow, as they spend some time in the primordial ooze of their origin.
Rosie,
What do you,
you've done well.
what do you think their chances are?
Depends how much they wish to change. If they are unrepentant and unwillful, the leeches and the mosquitoes will consume them, and they will return to the ooze from whence they came. They will be a lesson for those that come after. Your father, he is the most afflicted of all. For he has not only bartered in souls, but has betrayed one of his own. The leeches and the mosquitoes will not be kind. His chances are slim, but perhaps if his love for Rosie is true, he may make it out alive, a changed man. Do not think of them for the time being. There is nothing you can do. From here on out, it is up to them. If they wish to discard their greedy ways. And remember what it is like to be a collective, a part of everything, of the earth, of each other, of a collective. Spend as much time in Muckhome as you like. She hobbles back up the stairs, heavily leaning on the railing.
Elsa will help her up again.
So kind.
Rain leans over to Wangdoodle. You know, I expected this to be a little bit more like a homely recipe for all that ails you. It took a much more sinister turn than I expected. Like, definitely not what was advertised, I feel.
I think I understand, but I don't know. From what I was hearing, it didn't sound like there was a lot of innuendo.
Wait, why do you smell like charred corpses, Wangdoodle?
You know, the
I'd expect that from
flamethrower.
Coslow.
I mean, you've seen the flamethrower. It works a lot. I gotta reload it sometimes. Maybe she was smelling a sample of slow I keep on me. I mean, it could be anything.
Rain, as he says, oh yeah, the sample of slow that he's got on you. And it makes you think of the history of the slow, the origination of it, how it was called down upon an entire city, burning it to ashes. They belonged to necromancers, of course, raisers of corpses. At the top of the stairs, Negnusa once again takes out her knitting needles. There's a couple stitches and hands Coslow some small spider silk baby goblin socks.
Thanks, but I don't think these'll fit me.
They're not for you. She smiles enigmatically. Oh.
Wait, I'm not pregnant, am I?
Grabella slowly backs down the stairs after coming up to check on Costa.
Yeah, I don't want to know what that conversation's about to be.
I'm learning so much about goblin physiology.
She just gave him baby socks and asked if he was pregnant.
No, I was here for that. I heard it. He's
Yeah,
rather loud, Grabella.
He is.
There's
I'm scared.
so
Hold
much.
me.
There's so much bounty that comes off of you, Coslow, the overflowing with it. You are destined for powerful progeny. give your firstborn these socks.
Oslo will look at the socks and then like nod very slowly and put them in his bag.
They may not be born within Muckhome, but these socks will allow them to find their way. She ruffles the 2 remaining hairs on your head. Now go, and may the blessings of the Muck be with you. Do not forget where you have come from, for we are all one. The socks are very sticky. They are like spider webs, but as you kind of pull and like look at them, they're kind of springy. They could probably fit your feet as they stretch a significant way, but they will stick to anything you put them on.
I guess he just kind of tries to ball them up and put them someplace in his bag where they're not going to stick to too many things.
Yes, keep them wrinkly. She begins rocking back and forth in her chair again, pulls out her knitting needles, and the flies begin to gather once more around her head. Yes. Yes, I know, she says, to no one or nothing in particular.
Oslo will give her a little bow and then start to walk away.
Goodbye.
Thank you for dealing with that.
You're welcome, young Greenfinger. You have come to the right place. Rosie is looking down into the pit. Well, I guess that's that. I'm gonna spend some time here for a while, Coslow. Clear my head. I think I've had enough of the ocean for a bit.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. I got a lot of shit I gotta get to, but I'll be back when I can.
She steps back from the pit and extends her arms for a hug. Come here, you.
Oslo will give her a big hug.
Oh, that's my little mangus. He puts you down. Take care of your friends. And I'll make sure, well, your dad doesn't try crawling back up from the muck pit. And me? I'm overdue for a long dip in the swamps. You go save the world.
Yeah, we really gotta get on that.
It's actually quite important, yep.
Go on. Don't stop looking at me like that, Causey. I'm gonna be fine.
I'll send word as soon as I can.
Coslow, do you just want to go? Or are you?
Can we stay here for the night? What are we doing?
Let's get out of here.
Well, here, just wait a minute, and we can just be out of here.
Oh.
There are reasons to have a wizard around. Couple. I don't feel like taking the airship back. Let's just get back to Maginox, yeah?
Okay.
All right.
All right, Rain. Where do you put your teleportation circle to?
I don't know if my teleportation circle has been finished in House Lunesti, so we probably just pop up in Catherine's basement.
I will say House Lunesti will have a finished teleportation circle.
Okay.
Well,
Fine. But it's really
Catherine's
funny if we
fucking
just like
basement.
pop up in Catherine's basement.
I mean, that is honestly kind of hilarious.
I just walk out like nothing, like no big deal. Just walk straight out.
Like, what the hell? One moment, please.
I do require you all to introduce me to a lich, by the way.
Right.
I mean, we got that ley line thing in Grabella's fort. I don't know if you can send us to that.
I don't think I can send us directly there. I would have to see it first.
Maginax is close enough. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, one moment, please.
I should
Teleporting
also let my husband know that the Caranthians are going to be sending a delegation soon, and he needs to go do all the diplomacy.
The diplomacy.
Rain is the stick, Eris is the carrot in our diplomatic process.
That is a really good way to describe it. Get you on board here.
By the way, while we wait, I'm disappointed. I wish I could have done a Cajun accent for my next character.
The jarring. Sorry.
Why did I put a teleportation circle in my bedroom?
Where do you want it, woman?
So there's no space to move around.
I need to be in a queen's bedroom.
This is kind of a tiny bedroom for a queen. No offense meant, your royal teleportiness.
See, this is the bedroom, though. Which
Like how
Everyone
Grabel just
helps
walks in.
themselves.
Grabel just walks into like the room, like.
I was trying to figure out which door. Nobody said anything.
It is a little bit jarring.
Does that door work?
It does.
It does. Thankfully, Eris is not in there. But you are returned to the comforts and coolness of House Lunesti, and the air is significantly less moist here, thankfully.
Oh.
Speak for yourself, voice in my head.
I'll make it moist.
I don't know where to go.
I like how, we always spend like 20 minutes wandering around to figure our way out. I think you go left up there.
It's in my head. Tell me where I need to go.
Now make a right. No, your other right. Oh, there's some stairs. Maybe these go somewhere.
Sorry, don't mind me.
Gabriella is just hopelessly lost.
I got distracted.
See, Swab, you gonna go wandering around?
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I thought we. I do not want to go wandering around.
I know we're on the second floor. That's as much as I know.
Don't you live here?
You all have spent as much time here as I have.
Look on the first floor. Oh my god, Wang Doodle's outside the wall! Note to self, make the stairs functional.
It's actually entirely possible you all have spent more time here than I have.
I don't think I've ever been here.
I think we were here once.
Oh, Tina, Frank.
Oh, hi, Rain. Hello, Rain. Frank
Is
greets you
Eris
with
in
a
an
wave.
important meeting?
I don't believe so. Last I saw Eris, he was speaking with Callistia upstairs.
Wait a minute, he's not in the meeting room?
No, not currently. He was in the throne room. I think he had just wrapped up something.
I leave him alone, and what? He's not even taking meetings. I can't believe it.
Oh, he has been in a lot of meetings. I think he was talking to Callistia about something about the town's guard and making sure it was on the up and up, considering we had a significant influx of refugees from Fakaris.
Oh. That sounds like something maybe you're interested in, right, Grabella?
Grabella just kind of makes a face.
So back up the stairs then? Are these stairs?
Those go down.
No!
Back to floor 2.
See, this is why I live in a cave. It's very easy to keep track of where things are.
There's the throne room. I think it's this way.
Rain, you live here!
I've been here like twice ever.
This isn't the house. This is the summer beach house that we use as a vacation from the vacation house.
Rain built a tower. Like, Rain bought her own house.
Rude. As Tina had said, Eris is talking with Callie in the throne room. Yes, Eris, we have seen a bit of an influx in opportunistic crime, pickpockets and the like. Some of them absolutely refuse to take residence in... Oh, Rain. Hello.
Ray just walks up, grabs Eris, and just, like, kisses him.
Oh.
Oh my.
There is
Oh,
extended kissing sequence.
I'll be over here.
As the two embrace for an awkwardly long period of time.
Are they done yet?
I don't know.
Nah, this
You're
is
the one
good.
having a little green baby, Coslow. Get over it.
That's
At
why
least
I
he's
want
not
to be
staring
out
me in
here,
the
just
eye.
in case.
I just want to get pregnant.
Oh, my
Coslo's
God.
definitely pregnant somehow.
Oh.
It is good to see you, hale and whole. How was
We
your...
killed a lich.
You did?
Mhm.
I thought liches didn't exist.
Well, she's still a shit wizard. She's just really incredibly bad wizard. Stupendously awful.
Well, that's good. One piece of the
But
puzzle.
now you're going to
down.
have some fish people and some sea elves who are going to come negotiate trade routes and things because we saved their kingdom or something. So enjoy that.
Fish people. Sea elves. The Corinthians.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
And what do they bring to Maginox? What should we expect?
Money.
Shipping things. I don't know. This is your
Trade,
neighborhood.
shipping lanes, lots of things can come from having that.
I do believe, he gestures at Seaswab and Coslow, that you already have those responsible for shipping and trade in your employ.
Eris, I need them to save the world.
Well,
Yeah, we can stop it and tell people and get it sorted. It's fine.
well, I need them to manage the docks.
Mm-hmm.
But
And how's that going to work out for you when there aren't any docks?
Orly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if you need them to save the world, then... He sighs. Grabella, your various... How should I describe them? Minions? Gang members? They've been a little bit reticent, not really willing to hear out the orders from the crown. They seem to be free agents through and through, and by free agents I mean entirely loyal to you.
You
Lost.
mean the people at the docks, or?
He nods. They're very cagey about their activity, at least towards the royal houses. And if you ever bring up the word taxes, they tend to bare their teeth a little.
Coslow also bears his teeth a little bit.
Oh, Cosler does most of the talking with all that, but we could. Yeah, we'll talk to him, I guess.
A bit of advice: don't say taxes, say take. They like that more.
Take. I will try to use that sort of terminology with him in the future. Also, my dear, he looks at Rain, we've also seen a significant amount of activity at the revamped Church of Eternal Night.
Oh,
Would you mind, just delicately, seeing what exactly is going on there?
Delicately, of course. Is this something that we're worried about?
yeah, what are the reports?
He looks at Callie, who just kind of shrugs awkwardly. How to put it lightly? There's been a significant amount of zealotry coming in, generally from the area of the Church of Eternal Night. They've taken to the streets of Maginox, talking and speaking of this AZRAEL fellow. In addition, we've also seen them holding torches aloft. They're not burning anything, mind you, but they seem to have a vested interest in carrying around fire as a symbol of AZRAEL. In fact, it's also drawn the attention of some of the some of the displaced Vaki, who have now taken an interest in what is going on in the Church of Eternal Night. Seems like there's this combination of fire and darkness that is creating quite the stir in the religious community.
Who the fuck is AZRAEL?
Oh, it's their best buddy. He's the one that's gonna have the skull.
Oh, they're the one with the skull. Oh.
Yeah.
They
The
seem
real
to want
skull.
nothing more than just to speak to everyone in Maginox about this AZRAEL fellow. Whoever that may be, it is not an ascendant I am familiar with.
Oh, he's reborn like me. And awesome. Has a lot of animals.
Eris turns to look at Corbella. I'm sure that is all well and good. However, when one trusts the teachings of a rogue god or deity above the guidance of the crown, it tends to cause conflict. And we do not want any tension between House Lunesti and, of course, the Church of Eternal Night. And I couldn't think of anyone more suited to the task than my beautiful wife. Listen, if we have some upstart gods thinking that they are, well, the most powerful and influential thing in Maginox, it would cause a significant amount of trouble. Especially for our very young and very new house.
All right, we'll go to the church.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Rain pulls out the bedazzled skull. But here, Callie, you need to give this back to Laryl for me.
Oh, that is... What did you do to this? She turns the skull over in her hands a few times. Did you glue gems in here?
The Sea Swab did quite a good job, actually, I think. It fooled a big dragon, big sea dragon thing, at least.
Oh. reeks of necrotic energy.
It was actually like that when we found it. To be clear, that part, it came with that part.
Horrible. I'll be glad to have this out of my grasp quicker than a blink. I'll return it to where?
It's one of Laro's people's skulls, so treat it with respect.
A drow's skull suffused with... Are you sure you want to give this back to Lara?
Maybe unbedazzle it a little bit first.
No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine the way it is.
Oh, all right.
It's respectful. It's very tasteful.
Of course, my queen.
Thank you, Callie.
She takes the bedazzled skull and bedazzles.
All right, so church, then we go talk to... You all introduce me to another lich, yes?
Yeah.
If he has a skull, it might be going straight there in some other way, but yeah. Our mirror realm is in my cave. Not a euphemism! Now that I know what that means.
All right.
Anyway, I'll be excited to see AZRAEL, and we'll figure out what's going on.
You think this AZRAEL's there?
It
Has
will
it been a
be...
year in our time?
A year?
No, I don't think it's
No.
been a year, but he's fireproof for a year.
He's fireproof for a year.
All right, Eris, we'll go to the church. Ta-ta.
Yep.
Thank you, and you watch out.
AZRAEL.
I won't make you all walk out. One moment.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We would fill an entire session of us just trying to figure out how to get out.
As you all walk the streets and return to the Church of Eternal Night, you can see that there have been some additions made to the church. Although the statues of AZRAEL that you have noticed have been there for some time, there is the addition of these bright square braziers that are on both the west and the east side of the room. And as you look further into the room, noticing how busy it is inside, two very, very large braziers at the end of the room flank the left and right side of Roxy. Roxy's robes have been improved just very slightly, and now have a sigil of a flame that has a crescent moon that reminds you of the scythes that AZRAEL once used spiritually to battle at your side. Roxy is currently doing a sermon on the burning flame of AZRAEL, and that their heart and passion can once again reignite the spark of existence.
Oh boy. Corbella's gonna sit by Jib and just give him a quick little, hey, we need to at least pretend like we're getting along with the crown. Seeming presentable speech.
Jib in the back is like, shh. It like puts a finger to his lips and gestures for you all to sit down.
Okay.
Seesaw definitely wants to. Seesaw's gonna like quietly and respectfully sneak up to the front to listen to the sermon.
Okay.
And lo, AZRAEL now sits in a powerful seat of fire and is able to reignite the spark in any body. Does not matter if it has grown cold. No, the spark of life can be reignited just as simply as that. You must put your faith in AZRAEL and allow the healing, burning spark of life to reignite you as it has for me. AZRAEL sits now on their burning throne and has spoken through me and wishes for you all to be happy, be comfortable and warm, shrouded by twilight. You can live again and again and again without fear, death, or dying. The warmth that AZRAEL now provides is shared with you, and you, and you. And each in turn, like kindling, stacked together, we can make a great bonfire and reignite the spark of anything that has passed before us. That is all for today's sermon. Thank you. Thank you for joining. And do not forget the glint of gold. Let the gold not be warmed in your hand. Place it at the door in the conveniently placed urn. Your tithes are appreciated and will allow the church to grow and provide for any that are wanting, any that are lost, and any that have lost their homes or sense of peace. The church will provide. AZRAEL will provide everyone and anyone a home. As long as we all share the same spark. Thank you.
C-Swab, Roxy speaks with significantly more conviction now. As the massive braziers, you can feel the heat coming off of them. And the rest of the residents begin to get up and leave as the sermon is over.
I've never actually been to church. I don't know. Are you supposed to clap when they're done?
Not generally.
Okay, I wasn't sure if clapping was generally a thing that was done at the end of sermons or not, and that's a legit question. It's not. I didn't know.
Hello, everyone. Hello, please. Please do not sit in the back. Come and be warmed by the fire.
We need to talk later, Ship.
I love how at the bottom we conveniently separated and organized ourselves into red team and blue team.
That's true.
Blue team, forward now.
AZRAEL has told me that you are coming.
Okay.
See, this
How do you do that?
Silly. AZRAEL speaks through me. AZRAEL speaks through each of us.
You, she points at C-Swab,
And you, she points at Grabella, have all been touched by AZRAEL's presence. As
Yeah.
you believe, I can feel. I feel the spark that we all share.
Yeah, we were there with AZRAEL when he brought you back.
It is not just that, silly C-Swab. I feel your conviction, your belief. I feel that you understand that AZRAEL has been called to a higher purpose, and that you believe in it. Rebella, I feel the spark and the heat of your fury, like a roaring dragon. And behind it,
It's because I am a dragon.
but behind it, AZRAEL's guiding hand, guiding your sword. Coslow, I feel your belief that AZRAEL, even though AZRAEL is gone to a higher place. I can feel that you believe that they can return just as I have.
I think it's technically a lower plane, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Sea Swap, you too. I close my eyes and I see your crackling storm. Your lightning bolts are laced with fire. Lightning, ice, a tumultuous storm you are, and AZRAEL is with you. AZRAEL with all of us.
Roxy steps off her dais and goes up to the brazier.
Come, peer into the flames with I know you all believe. Come, get closer. Be warmed by the fire. It will not harm you.
Bella cautiously stands next to Roxy.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this the guy you all sent to the plane of fire?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm guessing that's why this place is a lot warmer than it was the last time we were here.
It was not
Hey, what's
just
fast?
us being lost in the darkness. The light that I saw at the end of the tunnel was just one flickering flame. Now AZRAEL grants their power to all of us. Not just me, to all as well. Look into the flames. Look! Look!
Grabella will do this.
As you all peer into the wavering heat of the brazier, it is very hot as you stand near it. But you swear you see a flickering form in the fire.
Oh my goodness.
Multi-winged being, a crown of flame surrounding their head, one eye erupting with flame, a censer in their hand. More noble looking armor bedecking their body, though it harbors a semblance to their plate that they once had, the scythe in one hand. The flame, or the flickering form of AZRAEL, can be seen in the flames.
Whoa. AZRAEL?
Oh, hey guys. AZRAEL waves.
You look all fancy.
AZRAEL looks down at themselves and smiles at you all. Oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. Listen, we've got a couple things to talk about. Well, I can hear you. I can hear you even down here in the plane of fire. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's different.
Why is AZRAEL just Frank wearing an AZRAEL face?
AZRAEL, you sound a lot different than I remember.
Sorry, maybe it's the connection that's being a little bit garbled. Yeah, I'm totally on like another plane right now.
Well,
That's why it makes sense.
what's going on?
Well, I've heard a lot of you have been asking for my help and for my guidance, and I miss all you guys so much.
No, we miss you too, buddy.
And I'll absolutely help you out when I can. We have a little bit of unfinished business. And I know this protection of fire is only going to last a year, so let's make sure we use our time efficiently. AZRAEL points to the opposite brazier and snaps their fingers, and it begins to flare up with renewed activity. I found someone that we probably want to figure out what to do with them. And Cygnus appears in the other brazier.
Grabella will pull a weapon immediately.
Yeah, you remember Cygnus.
Best buddy turned backstabber.
Right. Well, he can't really escape my influence when I'm on the plane of fire. So, but I didn't really want to take, do anything rash. So I, wanted to talk to you guys. What do you think we should do with Cygnus? You want to collect him like a pet? Keep him in the plane of fire for a little bit? He's proving to be, kind of annoying.
If he's being a bait, I feel like you should just get rid of him.
Cygnus kind of slams up against the corner of the brazier, and an invisible barrier prevents them from leaving the wreath of fire. Well, one problem, I'm in the plane of fire, and he's a salamander. And plus, I've heard you guys, asking for guidance and for my help, and I really wanted you all to have a say in this. Cygnus has kind of betrayed all of us, and if I had my way, I'm a benevolent being now, so gotta ask you guys what you want to do with him.
Grabella will look at Coslo and Seaswan.
I mean, he's a pain in the ass. Seems like we'd be better off without him.
Yeah, I don't really want him around.
Or you can hear Roxy just slowly chanting under her breath,
Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice.
Well, that's a little disconcerting.
Is it really a sacrifice if the person you sacrificed him to is the one that provided it in the first place?
I mean, potato.
I mean, isn't that how religion works in general, right? Like, whatever good happens is because of them, and whatever bad happens is because they're testing you, and so it's really all same anyway?
I'm sorry, does anybody want to give a quick 411 on who this person is and why you all want them dead?
It's a fire salamander.
You say that like it's a racial thing, which feels a little weird to me.
No, he betrayed us. Tried to sell us out. After we did him a favor.
in particular to the Magmarans.
Mm-hmm.
And start going over like everything he did. Actually, you know what? We should sacrifice him.
Why not?
And, you did... look, this isn't really for me to weigh in on, aside from the fact that this is still my fucking city. But...
Roxy holds up a finger.
But AZRAEL has influence over the beings of your city, so perhaps it is a little bit of AZRAEL's city as well.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute, little one.
Yeah, Roxy, maybe don't right now, please.
I am only speaking the truth.
Roxy, you just gotta think of Rain and Azrael as basically, in a way, the same person.
No, that's not really getting anywhere. All I was going to say is we literally just dealt with some people who backstabbed a whole bunch of people, including, Coslo's mom. And, we didn't just kill them out of hand, so... I don't know, feels a little...
Can he hear us and see us?
He is looking at you, yeah.
Well, Cygnus, you got anything to say for yourself?
He scowls but does not say anything.
Or, well, he does seem a little bit less repentant than the others, I suppose.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
others we tried to save because they're kind of eyes. This guy's just a dick.
So it's different if they're your family who betrays you, and somehow that's not quite as bad.
Rain, I just want to, I do want to get kind of a feel of how would AZRAEL feel about this?
AZRAEL's almost completely amoral, so like, whatever Kozlo, Grabella, and Seaswab want to do is what AZRAEL would absolutely do. Left to their own devices, probably turn him into a pet.
How would this pet situation work? Would we have, like, control over him or whatever?
Oh, well, no. But maybe, no.
That sort of sounds a little like slavery, though, Rain pipes in. Look, again, this is your guys' whole thing, but this is still, I'm responsible for this city. Get that this guy did you some great grievances, but trying to keep things into perspective.
It's more a question of whether we can trust him to be useful or not.
Now, that's reasonable. I'm not against killing people, just want to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons.
He definitely will do what he wants and not give a crap about anybody else. Asked us to do his dirty work. And then screwed us over. 'Cause I gave him more problems. Just sitting there with the look on your face, huh?
Well, I can't be having any sort of traitorous salamanders who don't want to listen to me, in my menagerie. So I leave it up to you all to decide exactly what to do with him. He can't be hiding out in the plane of fire, conveniently enough. That's my home now. He thought he could hide forever in the plane of fire. Turns out, what an ironic twist of events.
Bet you didn't see that coming, huh?
The Cygnus he's pissed. How could you do this? You've destroyed Novus, uprooted an entire civilization. Honestly, the Magmarans deserve their revenge.
You were the one that wanted him dead in the first place. What do you mean?
Novus was getting in the way of a significant amount of things. He only wanted to garner power for himself. There are multiple facets of the plane of fire, and he only cared about strengthening his hold on the material plane, utilizing the Vaki. Honestly.
Yeah. You're trying to blame us when you literally set those events into motion.
Well, now the Magmarans are laying siege on Vacaris. Novus is gone, and you've put some sort of undead usurper in his place. Honestly, I think you've done more damage than me.
Well, that wouldn't have happened if you didn't betray us. Now wouldn't have Cygnus.
Cygnus frowns, you're fucking right.
Nah.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
I didn't know you would put one of your own in the seat of fire. I thought one of the other Fire Lords would take his place, not some upstart.
We had a lot of mess to clean up afterwards, thanks. Including making sure all of those people have something now instead of nothing.
AZRAEL, Cygnus frowns.
Details and all would have been nice to know until, like, finding out via shitstorm at a time. You can't play innocent in this, Cygnus.
I only wanted someone or something to facilitate additional trade in between the material plane and the plane of fire. And Novus wasn't about that.
Well, I'm sure once we figure out some things, AZRAEL will be fine with it. But you kind of made a mess that we all have to clean up in the meantime. And well, I don't think you can be trusted.
Chances for traitors.
And so, what are you going to do with me?
Grabella's gonna pull her hook out.
He's just gonna be like, kill you. Duh.
And what is that? I'm not a fish.
No, it's not just a hook.
Caesar's gonna take a couple steps back, though.
If you want to live on, your current options are becoming somebody's pet or becoming part of one of us.
A pet?
Or dying. Dying.
Yeah, it's kind of the list.
You can just hear AZRAEL clapping a little bit in the background. I love pets. But I am a higher being. I am a salamander from the plane of fire, not someone's trite little pet.
You're just
So how does this
a salamander is just like an always sweating lizard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm insulting him. I'm saying, like, you're not that high or much of a being. You just...
So if Grabella were to try and get this part of his soul thing for various effects, we would have to kill him?
No, you have to strike a bargain with him. Something that he
Okay.
agrees to.
If you want a chance to reprove yourself and maybe get a second chance, this is your offering. You need to be useful through someone else because you need to learn trust. Again. Do not backstab everybody you see.
Steve was just shaking his head in the back like, Bella, you're not good at negotiations.
So-
Unacceptable. What do I receive in return?
Here's the situation you find yourself in right now. We're in charge. So you can either be helpful and useful in some way or another, or we can just get rid of you. I don't really care.
Would you rather continue to be something or a speed bump along the way?
Cygnus thinks, scratching his chin. Opportunity.
So now you're thinking.
Then let me suggest this. Instead of sitting and wallowing in Novus's throne, as AZRAEL currently is, why not have AZRAEL work to rebuild and reignite the City of Brass?
We're listening.
The City of Brass is a city that is located in the plane of fire that has gone through some tumultuous upheaval, so to speak. It used to be the height of aid. Fascinating, fantastical things have crossed through there, including genies made of fire that could grant your any wish. But wars over the City of Brass, different factions, have caused it to be not as efficient as it once was. I would highly suggest AZRAEL uses their newfound phenomenal power, place themselves at the height of power within the City of Brass and begin its rebuilding. And through that, you all could potentially touch many different planes, receive so many delightful objects, magical in nature. It could use powerful leadership rather than some benevolent entity looking for additional pets within a city of squalor. Forgive me, Queen Rain. But your city is young, and the city of brass is ancient.
I'm missing the part of this negotiation where we need you to do any of this.
I know some of the higher lords that once reigned over the city of brass and now have gone into hiding. I have peddled their wares. I have worked with them and gained a significant amount of their trust. AZRAEL is new to their position and, well, would not know how to handle themselves within the Court of Fire. I could facilitate that. Yeah, a guidance, a helper. A guiding light, so to speak.
And why should we trust you after everything you've done?
Without me, you would not see the rebuilding of the City of Brass. You would not have the contacts that I have, the influence. You know I am trader. Not traitor, trader.
You're both.
You think?
I am useful, and the City of Brass has influence in other parts of your material plane, such as Feronia. In fact, some of the ancient leaders of Feronia, those that dwelled in pyramids, also, too, hearkened to the City of Brass. Gained
Oh yeah, we met
insight and
one.
power.
We met one. That's how AZRAEL got so powerful, actually.
Then you see, it is destiny that this happens, that this occurs. We can work on AZRAEL's influence, rebuild the City of Brass, and get out of that hovel in the ground that sits underneath Vicaris. Let the Magmarans have it. Refocus your efforts on something useful and interesting.
Kozlo will just kind of walk off while he's still talking because he feels like he's heard enough of what Cygnus is offering. He goes over to AZRAEL.
Do you think you could stuff this guy somewhere safe while we tie up a couple other loose ends?
Oh, sure. Oh yeah, I could put him in a pit, a burning pit. He wouldn't be able to get out.
Yeah, maybe we leave this on the table for now and we deal with this other shit we gotta handle before, the whole world ends and none of it friggin' matters.
Let's just say, Cygnus, if you don't do what you say you're gonna do, I'm gonna use this thing on you.
She just circles the big hook. I insist I am not a fish.
Oh, honey, it wouldn't just be hurting you physically.
You can hook a lot of things, Cygnus.
So I'm just thinking out loud. A flaming salamander skull on top of the bar, or at the reef. Oh, at the reef it would look so good.
Aren't both of those places primarily comprised of wood?
Yeah, we probably have to put it in my cave.
Yeah, maybe we
Fire
stuff
perfect.
this guy someplace safe for now while we handle these other couple things.
Oh yeah, I'll put him in fire jail.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
works.
If he gives you trouble, you let us know.
AZRAEL kind of snaps their fingers, and Cygnus is like, no!
Yeah, let him think about it for a bit.
I really hate that guy.
All
I
right.
do think there's some potential in this City of Brass maybe being a place for all the Vaki to go to now they lost their other city.
Connecting that with Maginox would solve a lot of problems, open up a lot of things. What do you think, Reed?
Honestly, I'd have no idea what to think.
Ray, you might have to hit the history books regarding the City of Brass. Just exactly who ruled it and why exactly it's in disarray. AZRAEL might be too new to their position to understand the specifics of why it is in ruin.
I will say, though, as far as bargains go, that was a pretty weak one from him.
Yeah, not great. Oh, you need me because I know people. Yet we're standing here talking to somebody that found him in the fucking place.
Yeah, I wish I would have adopted his pet.
Carbella's just thinking about the cute salamander puppy that he had.
That's true.
Actually, I don't know, this is maybe not useful right in this moment, but to ponder on, Kozlo, why don't you take this?
I do love taking things.
Yeah, I think that's technically still in my pocket somehow, so if you want to delete that, please.
This is Rain's. This is a different one.
Oh, it's a different one. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you still have...
I have
that
one
you
that's
use with
supposed to
6
be
bit.
with AZRAEL.
Rain found this one in House Hamaki. It was in the kitchen.
Okay, yeah. Rain has Grabella's, which is still in her pocket for some reason.
Of course, the hibachi kitchen would have the brazier of commanding fire elementals in it.
I mean, if you're going to be doing a lot of business with fire elementals, it seems like something maybe useful for you.
Yeah, I'll hang on to it.
Grabella eyes it nervously.
Rain, as AZRAEL, is there anything that you would like to say to your newfound minions who have now gained a level in Warlock, Kozlo and Seaswab? Any last departing words?
Kozlo, by the way, is completely convinced that he is a cleric.
Yes. And Grabella's just hitting things in your name.
Well, may the Schwartz be with you. Yo, as they fade out.
I think C-Swab was inspired by that and should get inspiration.
With that is where we'll end the session today. I know Wangdoodle had to dip out because we went a little long. Sorry, Wangdoodle. But I just wanted to bring up a little bit of the Warlock origins from Kozlo and Seaswab, which are completely unlocked. You are officially minions of AZRAEL, as Roxy is, as Grabella is. Rain, AZRAEL may prove to be a little bit of a problem if that religious influence grows stronger than the crown. I've seen Game of Thrones. You've seen Game of Thrones.
Look, Rain had to murder a whole bunch of people to take control of Maginox once. She's not above doing it again. It's fine. We'll let the little creepy goblin girl do her thing for a little bit. It's fine. But if we need to go full
Roxy's not
Cersei arc,
creepy.
it's fine.
Roxy is very creepy. What
Are you kidding me? Look, even AZRAEL thought Roxy was kind of creepy. They just thought it was endearing.
You
Yes.
think the Pope is creepy? Don't answer that.
Now Roxy is like advanced creepy. She is like enlightened creepy.
Yeah.
She
enlightened
drank the
part.
Kool-Aid.
Oh,
She
she is
drank the Kool-Aid.
100% convicted. She sees AZRAEL in the flames now.
Yeah.
To be fair, the shit that AZRAEL's up to's gotta fuck with anybody's brain.
Right.
A tiny little goblin girl just mind her own business, living goblin life, and then like all of this shit happens. She dies. She comes back to life. Yeah, sure, okay. I mean, it's understandable.
Oh, also, like as soon as AZRAEL fades out, the three of you all hear in the back of your heads, "I'm still here."
What?
Huh? That's weird.
Absolutely, 100% canon. Alright, everybody. That is the end of the game for today. Sorry to Wangdoodle again for going a little bit long, but religious influence of AZRAEL is gaining power in Maginox for some reason. You have returned your siblings to Muckhome for healing, and they will be feasted upon by the leeches and mosquitoes until they are sufficiently punished. And Salamander Cygnus thought he could hide in the plane of fire. But now that AZRAEL sits on the throne, he has quite literally nowhere to hide. So you can decide just exactly what you want to do with Cygnus, or you could just leave him in the pit until until he perishes.
What would happen if we put Cygnus in the mud pit?
Oh
It
God.
would become a clay pit.
Hmm.
Welcome to Clay Home.
Yeah, welcome to, what is that? What is a hot swamp?
Florida.
Florida just becomes Florida?
Please do not turn my ancestral homeland into Florida.
I don't know. The Greenfingers as the Arctis Florida man kind of works.
They're a
Elephant-sized
little bit more
mosquitoes.
Louisiana. They're a little
That's
bit more
true.
Louisiana.
They're a little bit, which is also a special brand of crazy. Thank you.
Also a hot swamp.
Also a very hot swamp. Yeah.
I'm telling you, the size of the eels, the elephant-sized mosquitoes, the leech. Oh my god, the leeches would be big as porpoises. Disgusting.
No way
Beautiful.
this could go wrong.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Classic
Muckhome
combo.
just heals goblins, and maybe possibly Grabella, maybe.
Yeah, if we were gonna stay overnight, I was gonna sleep in the muck, but we didn't. So she's thinking about going there on vacation.
I mean, we did promise to go back there at some point.
It's true.
Yeah,
All right,
but
everybody.
it is minor
Right.
compared to other things we gotta do.
Yes, think about just exactly what you want to do with Cygnus. And also, you can talk to Nerys and potentially threaten her with a good time. Or else it might be time to talk to
Narcissa?
AZRAEL about the
Yes.
Vault of Vicaris and the Obliteratus to really threaten Narcissa with a good time.
Yes, Narcissa, not Reese. Reese do be dead though.
She do be dead. All right, everybody. That is it for today. Thank you very much, and I will see you all next Monday. Sound good?
Sounds good. Bye.
Good night, everybody. Ooh, what a session. That was pretty good. Wow. All hail AZRAEL. All hail AZRAEL. That was a juicy one. I did want to get through Muckhome a little bit, but they now understand that it has healing properties for goblins. And perhaps those that have had their souls damaged. Maybe Grabella should have taken a dip in the muck to see what would happen. Who knows? Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the subs. A muck, etc. Thanks for joining in. Nukiyash, thanks for the resub, you too. Jody, thanks for hanging out and playing. Goose, what's going on? That was a great sesh. I'm greatly looking forward to next Monday. It is going to be extra spicy because now we get to deal with Narcissa. And Wangdoodle will have to figure out just exactly how to separate these souls that Narcissa has gathered around her and hopefully save them from utter destruction. Thanks for watching. Check out our VODs over on Arctis DD on YouTube. You can watch us live here on twitch.tv/Zarina every Monday at 6 o'clock Pacific. We have shorts and funny moments over on Play Arctis on Twitter and TikTok. Other than that, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, waiting for the 2XKO Alpha invite. Good luck, good luck. I am going to go eat some dinner. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to catch you next time.